All right. Hey. Doom, 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 doom. There's nothing wrong with me, you little bastards. Come on. Was it worth it? One in the chat if you were a little bit thinking, hang on a minute, this ain't looking great. Come on, admit it. A couple of you must have, I know there's not a lot of you here, but a couple of you must have thought, oops, this isn't yay. Sorry about that. A little bit unfair, I suppose. I've got a bit of headache, right? I am prone to headaches. If I start seeing the magic lights, there won't even be an explanation. It'll just be computer off, go and lay down. I might put my big light on and turn the monitor down, actually. Let's try that, shall we? Let's see if that causes enough. Oh, that's a bit better, isn't it? I mean, the whole fucking room is lit up. Now, I have actually got something of interest to say about my Fuhrer hairstyle. But I'll wait for a few more people to arrive because, yeah, I can turn the brightness on the screen down a bit there. That's all right, isn't it? That's acceptable. There you go. How are we getting on? Let's get some hellos in before the riffraff turn up, shall we? Where are we going here? Hello, Martin. You're right, son. Christopher, Steve, John, Scorre, Zen Mavericks in. All right, Rufus. Hello, Bullet. You having problems with emails still? I didn't get anything from you today, but maybe you didn't send any. Mr. Vols. Hello, sir. Miss Danger. Hello, Hans. Cajettles on the firm. The Phantom RB is here. Hello, Rags. Hoit to you. John Francis. Hello, mate. What's the name? Tito's in. Jones here. Johnny Red Pill Seed. Livy. Hello, Alan. Good to see you, mate. The Duper guy. Been a while, mate, unless you've been lurking. Hello, Glenn. Good to see you. Alan says hello to everyone. Hello, James. Jared. Hayden. Dinosaur Trees. Henry Hill's going to catch it later. Christmas shopping. Oh, it's nice, though, isn't it? I mean, I know it's a bit like Christmas shopping, but you know, it's still a lovely thing to do. Honey Monster, nice to see you. I did get a few, but we're not going to go too heavy tonight. This is the absolute Dossers stream. I don't want to overdo it. Hello, Eldritch. Right, I'm going to stop saying hello because everyone will start turning up in a minute. I might turn that light a little bit more, just to lighten it up a little bit. I don't want to overdo it. My little pre-stream gouge trick was ridiculous, wasn't it? Now, I have got a bit of headache though. I hope it doesn't get worse. We should be all right. I'll take it easy. We're going to take this easy. We're going to lay back a little bit. I mean, it is nearly Christmas. And so this is Christmas. But yeah. Oh, good Lord. Because I'd done that mad, excitable bit, it's gone woo, woo, woo. I might go paracetamol, you know. Hang on a minute. Why sit there enduring it? I don't take a lot of painkillers. So I might as well give one a go now. I have, however, I have eaten, so that won't be going down. Hello, Spike Simmons. Well, this is the other reason I've done it in a weird time, because other people who can't catch them live might get in. And I can go a little bit longer, you know. So nice to see you, Spike. Hello, Lambretta. Daz, a plaisir. Lovely. We'll let a few more people rock up. Hello, Joan. You all right, love? Where is she? There you go. Hello, Anglo. You all right, son? I had a proper English dinner. What was it, last night or the night before? I had ribeye, mashed potato, carrots, steamed carrots, and gravy. So ridiculously English. It just looked so strangely out of place. Not in my stomach, it didn't. Danger, do you still have the hat? Yeah, sometimes I wear it for a stream, but it gets very hot. Hello, Vincent. Oh yeah. Well, I am a few hours early, so you know. Will's got time off. What's that? What's that? A week and a half? Is that like the old 5 days off of a weekend either side or something, Will? No, I can't wear the hat at the moment. If I've got an headache, the last thing I want is the hat on my head. It's just a weird thing. It's a lovely. I'll get the hat on maybe if I do a stream on Christmas Day or something or tomorrow. I'll get the hat on. Nice one, Jared. Thank you very much. Really appreciated. Always appreciated. I will just get that muted. I will get the doors of Griftation open. John says, keep the hat off. Well, here's the interesting story, right? So a mate of mine, I just got the email. I got the WhatsApp message about 20 minutes ago. And he said to me, oi, danger. He said, you know you've got the Fuhrer's haircut. Hang on, I just want to... Oh. He said, you know you've got the Fuhrer's haircut. And I was like, yeah. And he said, well, I've just gone in to get my haircut and she's done me up a Fuhrer's haircut like yours. And I was cracking up. And I said to him, so you must have said something to her, like how to style it. And he's about my age. And he said to her, he said, just do what's in fashion. He said, do something modern, right? And she done him up with all this lark. Oh, there's a bit of a fucking mistake there. I need to get my comb. She done him up with all this lark. And he said to her afterwards, he went, I look like Hitler. And she said, I know. She said, I do know that. She said, but everyone's asking for it. Now, I'm not making connections that aren't there. But I do think there's a sort of a communal consciousness thing on the go there where, people are trying to express something. Because, if the hairdresser says that's what everyone... This is a Soho hairdresser. And if that's the look, it's quite weird, isn't it? Hello, Plastic African. How are you, my friend? There you go, yeah. It's the old public schoolboy look, isn't it? That's what it really is. It's the old British, not public schoolboys, short back and sides. It's the Peaky Blinders have it, don't they? They have it. They overdo it though. That side goes all around the back. I don't know about that. Well, exactly, Eldritch. I mean, I ain't got a lot, but it's nice just to be able to go like that, and that's it. if I take my crash helmet off, I can just go like that, and it's back how it was when I took it off. Alan, do you know the work of Francis Bacon, and what do you think? Well, there's a couple of Francis Bacons. Are you talking about the painter, Alan? Which a lot of them look like men in chairs with their soul being drained out of them by the devil. Do you mean that, Francis Bacon? Let's have a look. Because you've got... Hang on. I don't think you mean the first Viscount of St. Alban, do you? You mean the artist. They used to drink in the French house and the colony rooms, Francis Bacon. There's photos of him all around the French house. I'm sure that's the bloke you mean. Let's see if I can get some of his pictures up. Yeah, you used to drink in the colony rooms. I'm assuming you're talking about the geezer who painted things like this. If it is, I can see why you'd like him. This is the one I was talking about. Hang on. Same search, you know how it works. Let's drag that over there, open that, view that, full screen preview. Boof. Are you talking about this fella's work? Well, this is the work of the fella. Talking about the fellow who painted that, Alan? I quite like it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. He's drinking the colony. I've spoken to people. I mean, he only died, I think, late 80s, early 90s. I used to drink with people who used to drink with Francis Bacon, Lucian Freud. Weird to chat to those people. Do you like Lucian Freud? He's not so not as expressive as Francis Bacon, but it's interesting stuff. I mean, it's very of its time. I think, which I think a piece of work should be. You know, hello, Nyan. Thought so, are you, son? Celtic says that painting's in Aberdeen. Oh, right. Interesting. What, up a, excuse me, up in a gallery there? Good Lord, that's repeating on me. That is repeating on me. Nice to see people turning up. I know this is a weird time, but I want to get some work done on my novel. I've been loving it recently, absolutely ploughing through it. And once I'm on that sort of, once you get into the groove, you want to stay in it. But I also wanted to do a stream. Bacon done some interesting triptychs, didn't he? Let's see if I can find one of them. There you go, 3 studies for a crucifixion. Let's see if we can get that. I mean, when was this painted? 40s, 50s? Probably something like that. I think that was when he was at the height of his powers. I know you can't see it. We'll have a look. This is called 3 Studies for a Crucifixion. It's not as pixelated in real life as it appears because I've had to blow it up somewhat. There you go. Yeah, it's interesting stuff about that. Nice one, Alan. Started things going with a bit of the old Francis Bacon. Hard drinker for sure. He was part of that crowd with the geezer who is unwell, Jeff Bernard. Got some cracking stories out of that lot. I've told this one before, but for anyone who's new here or who hasn't heard it or would like to hear it again, what was his name? Who sang? He was part of the Bonzo Dog Doodah band. Who sang "I'm the Urban Spaceman"? I can't remember his name. Urban Spaceman. What the fucking geezer's name? Oh, come on. What's the geezer's name? Has someone put it in the chat yet? Because I'm still looking on here. Urban Spaceman. Who? Oh, Stanshaw. Viv Stanshaw, I'm thinking. I don't even know if Viv Stanshaw did do I'm the Urban Spaceman. But anyway, that's the story. Thank you, Jared. Much appreciated. Very nice. Couple more have come in. I'll deal with them first and I'll tell you the Jeff Bernard, Viv Stanshaw story. I have told it before, but it's an absolute beauty. Really sums up those old Soho boys, those hard drinking, hard writing. More ribeye tokens, me old China. I'll tell you what, I've still got 3 frozen. I found out you can cook them from frozen. So when they've got those ribeyes in, those 1.5 inch deep ones, bang, 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 $3.50 Australian. Thank you very much. Nice one, Anglo. Machano Caprucciati. Very kind. Been very generous this stream lately. I can't believe the mod. Have it for the grift like button, scrubs. Have it for the grift. Like button scrubs. Yeah, there you go. Rags getting 2 messages in there. Thank you very much, Rags. Machano Kaprosh Tuti. And while I'm begging fivers, Alan says that one of Francis Bacon's work just sold for 84 mil. And they weren't selling for that much when he was alive. You want to see the photos of him. Looks like he was eating out of bins. 84 mil. The art market's such an amazing money laundering situation, isn't it? And that would appear to be Vincent Griffin if I look up there. Where's that one? Thank you, Vincent. Happy Christmas, Chris and the missus. Thank you very much. She's coming over tomorrow. Windy Willow's deliveries arrived. Mrs. Me and its deliveries arrived. We've got our Christmas. So very happy about that. Thank you, Vincent. Much appreciated. It actually was Neil Innes, was the bloke that I was talking about, but it was actually Viv Stanshaw in the story. But they were much the same people. Thank you, Vincent. Nice one. Right. So let me tell you this little story. It's very short. I've told you before, but for noobs and people of short memories. So Viv Stanshaw and Jeffrey Bernard. If you don't know Jeff Bernard, he was famous. He used to have a column, I think it was in the Spectator. And I think it was the Spectator. And he lost his legs. He had his legs cut off because he drank too much. He literally wrecked his legs. So all the sort of funny, hard drinking Jeff Bernard, oh, haha, there's a story, here's a story. It cost him his legs and then his life eventually. But however hard he was out in Jerry's, there was a bottle in Jerry's. Jerry's is a members club on Dean Street. There's a bottle in Jerry's and no one knows what it is. There's no label on it. It's a very peculiar shaped bottle. And if anyone asks, then his legs fell off. Good call, people. If anyone asks, the bar staff will say it's the contents of Jeff Bernard's liver, right? And you can have a shot, but Lord knows what it is, and it's very, very strong. It tastes a little bit like meths and vodka, leading me to believe. Anyway, the funny thing, however hard drinking, he went down Jerry's on a Friday afternoon and walked out Sunday 5 a.m. Monday morning. He got his column done. Now, for the first time in British press history, one day he didn't get his copy in. And for the first time in British press history, rather than get someone else to write his column, they just printed Jeffrey Bernard is unwell. And it was quite a thing at the time, you know, because why wouldn't you just get someone else to do it? I think the joke is everyone knew that Jeff Bernard was always unwell. He was a drunk. So they printed Jeff Bernard is unwell. Peter O'Toole done a one-man stage show called Jeffrey Bernard is unwell. So you hang around in these places and you get stories of people, but it's quite nice when you're getting stories off of people who actually knew them, you know, rather than going to Valence Road and having someone go, well, you know, the brothers, you know, the brothers. I'm like, yeah, but you're 30. You would have been like minus 20 when they were working around here. This story lacks credibility, authenticity, and therefore interest. Ta-ta, good day to you, sir. But this bird, Philippa, who knew them all, she told me this story. Viv Stanshaw and Jeff Bernard, they've gone to Rochester. And knowing Rochester adds a little bit of humour to this, but it works without it if you don't know Rochester. Now, these were in the days when, you know, that the members clubs of Soho, the reason members clubs appeared was because in the old days, boozers opened at midday, closed at 3:30. Last orders are 3:30. Can you imagine? I mean, weekdays maybe, but what? Or if you're in the print game or you know, night worker, go for a drink after 2 pints. It's like, go on, fuck off. So, and then they wouldn't open up again till about 7 or something stupid. So they realised there was a loophole in the law, and if it was a members bar, you could serve alcohol all day. That's why the members bars appeared. And the reason the members bars cost money was because a members bar off license, so you could drink off license, cost a fortune. So when you open up a members bar, anyone who wanted to join, you'd be like, well, it's, you know, 500 quid a year. I mean, I think the Groucho is something like $3,000 now. Soho House is but that changed. That became just a thing, an exclusivity thing after like 20 years, you know, well, actually after about 40 years of the members clubs, just to keep the riffraff out. Trust me, it didn't work. I was in all of them. But so that's where you get the members bar thing from. So when the French House used to kick out at 3:34, members bars opened at 4. So you go down those and not get back to the boozer. You'll stay in the members bars because they're really lovely places. It's not pumping music. You can meet very interesting people. And of course, because Soho was the creative and media centre of England, the members bars, the Groucho Club was famed for its sort of media personalities, and all the rest of them, you know, like the Colony Club, Lucian Freud, Francis Bacon, right through to Damien Hirst and Alex James from Blur, you know, you name them. So good fun times. Anyway, Jeff Bernard, Viv Stanshaw down in Rochester, they get chucked out of this boozer. They don't get chucked out, but they're shit-faced. You know, these are full-time quadruple whiskies. I suppose we should get a drink in a minute, Jeff. What do you think? So it's, you know, ding, ding, last orders, 2 quadruple whiskies, please. And they've knocked them back and they've stepped out into the nuclear sunshine to alcoholic eyes of Rochester High Street. And now they're a bit fucked because it's like hour train into London and they want to drink, you know, and they don't really, you know, they were quite well off young men. They would have been suited and booted and they wouldn't have wanted to buy a bottle and sit in a park drinking it. But unlike Soho, where they could have found a members club or a speakeasy, which a speakeasy is an illegal members club, basically. You have to know about it and it sells booze illegally out of licensing times. Anyway, so they've walked past this place and they've looked in there and there's a few people in there. Proper ornate boozer as well. It's got like big stag head with the antlers stuffed thing like on the wall. And the bar's like this beautiful long mahogany, sort of polished mahogany with brass, you know, all nice polished brass fittings and pumps and that. And so Viv sort of looked at Jeff Bernard and Jeff's looked at Viv Stanshaw and they've gone, oh, so I suppose we might as well just walk in and, you know, play it by ear. So they've opened the doors, sort of walked in there. You know, no one's asked them for membership or anything. A few other people in there sort of hanging about chatting. So they sort of cozied up to the bar and the barmaid's just standing behind it. And they, you know, they don't know the coup. They don't know it's blatantly illegal to be selling booze at this time. But like I said, flashy place, you know, lovely, kitted out lovely. And Jeff Bernard's gone to the barmaid. He said, could you serve us 2 quadruple whiskies, ice, no water, please? And she said, well, I would do, but this is an antique shop. Now, if you know Rochester, it's absolutely ramo with antique shops, so it's got a bit of an added element of surprise. Too funny, too funny. Imagine them going, oh, in that case, we'll probably have to leave. But if you ever get to watch Peter O'Toole's thing, I think there's footage of it about Jeffrey Bernard is unwell. Funny, man. Very, very funny. Right. Well, there you go. Alan started things off beautifully with his Francis Bacon. Let me get the doors of Griftation open. We're only 70 in, but, you know, I've no doubt I'll mention it again moving forward. Oh, I don't need a headache. My missus comes over tomorrow. That's no working on my novel for about 5 days. I've got to get it done today. I'm right in the groove. I was loving it last night. Of course, I'm yet to tell you about my mate that got shot in an attempted kidnapping this morning. Oh, that's a bit of a bombshell. In Cambodia, good Lord, I've opened up Entropy and I've been slapped in the love face. I've been spanked on the love bum. I doubt I'll get any more donations from JC if I keep up that kind of chat. I've been slapped in the happy chops. There you go. I should have just gone there. I've been backhanded in the thank you mush. You can tell I'm on fire. I am looking forward to a little bit of Christmas. I'll just want to show this because it's only fair. The mysterious JC has dropped. That's a bullseye, by the way, people. He donated it before I'd got the grift open, so you can't see it, but I can. On the, should dare I say, back door. Hope you're all good, mate. If I don't catch you before, have a good Christmas. JC, I'll leave you a message on Telegram, son, thanking you for that, just in case you're not here. Very kind, very generous. You've donated a lot to this channel, and it's much appreciated. Really, really appreciated. I appreciate all donations, but you've gone above and beyond the call of scrubbage duty. So thank you very much, mate. And I'll catch up with you later for sure. Thank you, man. So that's excellent of JC. That cheers me up knowing. That's the oil that keeps the cogs of the scrubs machine moving forward. Boom! I've been biffed in the no-no square. That. Oh, history, bro. Do you know that cost something like, I think I'm worried I'm going to get it wrong, but it was something like $1 million. That video. And when people say, fuck off, it looks like it's made for about 20 quid. Well, that's because they wanted it to look viral. But no, that was a proper marketing agency done that video. Hey, no. Oh, whatever it was, that's my no. Hey, you, don't look there. That's my no. Oh, fucking hell. Shocking. Hello, Moslab. Haven't got any, no. You needed something, right? What are you getting, Moslab? What are you going to gel me out with today? Something nice. Nice to see you, mate. Hope you're all right. Hope you and yours are all I bet it's madness round at your drum at the moment, isn't it? Moslab's got about, what is it, 8 kids, 9 kids it is at the moment. But that, what I haven't, I'd rather have 8 kids than none, I'll tell you that for sure. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. Yes, John Palmer, it's fair play to give JC a doff of the cap. Nice one, Jared. Hello, Ludwig. Used to work on the Thelka in Bristol. Stanshaw's big old Stan. Oh, Viv. I always think it's Viv Stanshaw. Is it Viv Stanshaw? Oh, I never knew that. I've never seen it written. Okay, that's interesting. Hello, Maynard. I'm glad a couple of people got the joke. It was just you and Alan. Hello, Tim. Enjoyed you and Al's chat the other day. I still like being biffed in the no-no square. That might have to be a new Scribar joke. Was that it, John? Hey, don't touch me there. That is my no-no square. Yeah, it was about $1 million, that campaign they paid. Hello, Kevin. Good to see you. So what's the name's going with that? Hey, don't touch me there. Well, considering it's a Christmas Eve stream, let's just see if we can find that. I can't imagine that video is going to be very very hard to find because it's hilarious. And everyone ripped the piss out of it. I'm going to put the fan on. No way, there's a YouTube video of people singing the no-no square for 10 hours. I'm so glad that when I was doing my LSD phase that went on for 6 years, the internet didn't exist because I'd put 10 hours of the no square on just to upset my friends. Oh, here we go. Finland Oulu City Council roasted for $2.7 million no square dance video meme. Just over $2.5 million. And if you didn't see this, if you haven't seen this, prepare to be absolute. It's not just a video, it's like a reaction. Let me get it past all that so we can just get into the action. 2.5 mil. Oh, come on. Maybe the actual thing. Oh, yeah. He saved it till the end, the old clever YouTuber. But I've seen through you. Although it does look like it might be missing some excellent content, because this is what I got. He's obviously got.
He don't have such rights.
Whoa!
You know, I think
I haven't even got me. I haven't even got my cans in. Let me just pair those. I'm not sure if this video is even in now, or I've missed it. Let me try it. Right, I have, but why isn't he playing it? Right, yeah, I have found it. Here we go. Right, so if you haven't seen this, people, we have looked at this on the channel before. This is what Tina Wick says. My hometown has launched a 2.5 million euro project called Safe Ulo. I'm sure that's not how you pronounce it. That aims at combating the crisis. I can't say that. This is where the money goes. Kill me now. At least be kind and lobotomize me so I won't have to live with this image in my head. And just in case you haven't seen it, so bear in mind, I'm a bit blue, am I? All right, I'll check that out. I'll sort that out in a minute. Jones says, when I decided to watch Danger this afternoon, never thought I'd be watching No Square. I'm sorry. It won't be for too long. But bear in mind, people, this was 2.5 mil. And, you know, they would have done research, focus groups. They would have got a proper marketing company in. And they would have said, no, you don't want it all flash. You want to make it look, make it look organic. Make it look like a couple of people who just said, that's where the money went in that big brain thinking. Make it look like it's something like the kids are into, like a TikTok, like a meme or something, a meme on TikTok. So prepare to be blown away. Over 2.5 mil. Check it out. He does play it in a minute. I just checked.
Imagine spending 2.5 million euros on this.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no square. Stop!
Hammer time.
Don't touch me there. This is my no square.
Well, there you go. The added bits were his, of course. They wouldn't have the creativity to drop those little clips in. Yeah, stop, don't touch me there. This is my no square. It was made to let migrants know that there's a slightly different culture in Finland where you can't just do a Don Lemon and stick your hands into someone's no square. I mean, it'll be interesting to see the metrics. It'll be interesting to see what the sexual assaults were before the release of that 2.5 million euros of taxpayers' money and what they were after. Because I can imagine probably the sort of people that would do that sort of thing probably saw that and went, oh, I get it. You're not allowed. That's a no square. What about around the back though? Can you go in the outdoor? Or is that? I don't know. I don't understand. I suppose it depends on their understanding of geometry. Really, I mean, let's face it. It should have been stop. Don't touch me. Merkel, because this is my no circle. Or actually, to cover the back door, stop. Don't touch me there, because this is my no sphere. See? Because a circle can be flat, so that's just your front. But to cover the entire genitalia and perineum, or is that a plant that flowers once a year? Although in many ways, a perineum flowers once a year or a month. Oh, God, sorry. I'd like to apologize. Hello, mouse cat. No, don't say no, dirt box. That's shocking. The bloke I sent a picture of my hair to, if you've just turned up, this is going to make no sense to you. If you've just turned up, the bloke who told me he got a Hitler haircut in Soho, I said, yeah, I've got exactly the same. And he wrote back to me and said, no, you look more like Fu Manchu. That didn't go well, did it? What a terrible shame. Nice to see you, mouse cat. Nice one, Henry Hill. Machano Capruscia Tutar. Let me get that griftiation opened up. Thank you, Henry. Very, very kind. Right. Hello, people. All right there. This is how you can support this channel with a few quid. You can become a member. Members have private streams. There are some owed. I'm aware of that. I will sort it out. It's been chaos. But I guarantee that will be sorted out with interest. But there's free strata. That's a monthly donation. The bottom one's £1. The middle one's like £4. And the top one's like £7. When we have those streams, we get people on the screen and we all have a laugh and technical problems. You can also do a super chat like young Henry Hill here. Thank you, Henry. That is the super chat, is the $sign at the bottom of the chat, just down there. If you want to donate and not give anything to YouTube, much like JC already has, you can use Entropy. I'm about to put the Entropy link is in the what do you call it? The description of this video. But I just moderated Maynard Trendle. Sorry, Maynard, I'll unmoderate you. Yeah, if you want to donate using Entropy, that should now be pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. That's another way. Or Subscribe Star, which is another monthly thing, link in the description. This isn't my full-time job, although it does feel like it at times. But I do put a lot of time, effort, energy, and passion into it. So I do appreciate a few quid. It is the cogs that keep the stream machine driving through the valley of truth. And I have to say, you're a generous lot, and it's much appreciated. And that is the end of the grift. Right, where are we? Already better. I didn't do anything. Magic lack of blue. Excuse me. Right, where are we? Right, crosshatch. Was it you that was saying everyone was ignoring you the other day? Someone was. I thought it was you. I don't think anyone would be ignoring you. Hello, Carl. I doubt anyone would want to touch the people. Celtic gets very, 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 I can't remember the word. I am a bit shattered, people, I have to say. I'm going to tell you about the shooting in a minute. Oh, yeah, a friend got shot. Lovely. Controversial would be the word. You look like the guy out of the Fifth Element hairdo. It always turns up like this when it's first cut. The girlfriend likes it. That's all I care about. Have a cracking Christmas, Chris Dangerfield, and you, Henry Hill. I will do. I mean, it's a little bit. The girlfriend wants to go to a Sky Bar, so I've got something to sort out. And we've got Christmas pudding, we've got Christmas crackers, I'll get some cream, I'll whip some cream, and I've got some cherry and coconut liqueur that Mrs. Meehan sent me. I got some Stollen that's nearly gone. Christmas cake. I got some coconut ice. All sorts of things. Hello, Will. How are you, mate? Nice to see you. Pin up. Trendle couldn't believe what I giveth with one hand, I tooketh with the other. I can't be dishing out too many moderators. It's, you fall out of people, then you're in all sorts of trouble. Thank you, John B. Appreciate cuckoo. Andrew timed the grift. We're now going for the longest ones. Crosshatch says, "Nah, it weren't me, bro. I ain't got that kind of complex." I didn't think it was. Someone did though. Someone said, "Why if you're gonna fucking ignore me?" I don't know. RMF says Gary Oldman. Everyone. James Hayworth says Gary Oldman. Why are we talking about Gary Oldman? Chrissy. Thank you, Chrissy. Very kind. Now, let me tell you. Moslab says Amish people smell absolutely brutal. Hello, RMF. Nice to see you. Oh, Fifth Element. Okay, all right. Well, I won't be as vain as to look for it. You know, I just sit down and go same as ever, and he does this, and I go cheers. Now, what have I got for you to start? I feel a bit bad starting before there's more people because I did start early. A bit like Dali, I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. I just need to get this out here and a bit twisted. Now, Andrew asks Moslab, aren't the Amish women pretty, or is that an urban myth? Well, there's a great novel, one in the chat if you've read it. I can't remember the fucking author's name offhand, but it's called Jesus' Son, which is a reference to the Velvet Underground song, Heroin. It didn't take long, did it? Who remembers the name of the author of, is it Dennis? Let me see. Someone will know. Novel, Jesus' Son. Jesus' Son, Dennis Johnson. There you go. Dennis Johnson. It's a cracking little read, actually. Why am I saying that? Because someone said the Amish women. Yeah, there's a bit in there where he starts fancying this woman that he sees through a window, and in the end he goes in there, and it's kind of on with the woman, and then the old man comes home, but because they're Amish, it's a love. I won't ruin it. No, it wasn't Chelsea arsehole Dennis Wise. Did he play for Chelsea? Moved around a bit, didn't he, towards the end? Not a nice bloke, Dennis Wise. Imagine if Dennis Wise wrote a novel like Jesus' Son. It would be like, good Lord, you've had a secret life. No, it wasn't Dennis the Menace. No, Ian Marr got there first. It wasn't Dennis Pennis. Is this the level? Have I set this level? Have I already? It just any Dennises. Hello, Shane. Nice to see you. Gas sniffers smell butyl. Good. Actually, very good. Actually, very good. Right. Where are we going? Well, the mistake, it's a classic mistake, Mr. Cray, but it's not Dennis Roussos, it's Demis. D-E-M. There's a girlfriend knowing full well I'm streaming. She's shit-faced, by the way. She's having her Christmas piss up. This won't go well. Hello, my love. Yeah, I'm making a video right now. Have you had a couple of drinks? All right. You want me to show them? How are you, love? Yeah, I'm very good. Little bit headache, but nice to. What? Yeah, a little bit playing here. Playing the deep. Yeah. Yeah, all right. You get those nails sorted out tomorrow. And go and get those. I'm going to show them. I'm going to show them right now. Ready? Stop it. Darling, I'm making a video. They can see. They can see. It's on the screen. Not really. Love, I'll talk to you a bit later. Yeah, no, they're wonderful. All right, my love, I'll talk to you later, yeah? What?
Did you show me to friends?
No, I didn't show you to friends, no. Boy, big problem, you. I'll talk to you a bit later.
Bye bye. I love you so much.
I love you too. Bye, darling. That's good. Jesus. Bye. I don't want to be. I don't want you to watch that. You know what? Yeah, she was certainly flexing something, Livy. What? Do you know what you meant to do? Save your facts, my darling. Anyway, is that to her, or are you off, Henry, or is that to her? Yeah, what are you meant to do? You know. Yes, she was showing her can. She's got ridiculous sized breasts for such a petite lady. She only weighs about 45 kilos, and 15 of those are her tits. Andrew's blushing. Tell me she is a bitch at least 3 days of the month. Yes, she is. Yeah, and I don't have anything to do with it. I don't tolerate it. As soon as I see it, I identify it, and I say, right, listen, I will be exceptionally accepting and kind to you. But she told me to take a phone call in the garden once. I went, I've got to take this. I went, hello, mate. And I had a little chat, put the phone down. She was all stroppy. I went, what's happened? She went, next time, take the phone outside. I went, what, in my own house? I went, apologise or take yourself outside. So, yeah, I don't tolerate that. And, you know, she's learned. Hello, Jimmy. Jimmy, I sent you an email, asked when you were back on the firm. She's not a kepper. She's certainly not a kepper. Unless that's some Khmer word for princess that I'm not aware of. There you go. He sorted it out. Yeah, I think I sent you an email, didn't I, Jimmy, asking when you were back about. Hello, Deadly Ratter. Nice to see you. Lovely threepenny bits, kid. Congratulations on your catch. I fell in love with her the first time I saw her. Like literally the first time I saw her, and I knew it as well. It was bizarre. What an amazing thing at my age to fall in love with someone at first sight. I said it to her once, and she went, it took me about 4 months to fall in love with you. I was like, good. Hello, Lee. Nice to see you. Cron says Kipper, which is, you're treading a fine line there, son. Hello, Richie. Good to see you. Jimmy says, read my super chat. He actually says, read me skate. I will do, Jimmy. I had the old ball and chain in the ear hole, didn't I? For the grift, out of work and having a grand time. What, you're out? You're not working because they've laid you off, or you're not working at the moment? Thanks for the donation. Machano Kaprasha Tutu on that. Hello, Hooper. It's very kind of you. Hello, 42. Didn't see you in here. Good Lord, a couple more entrepies have come through. I'll deal with those. Don't worry, people. The show's going to start. It's going to be quite a long one today, as long as this headache eases off a bit. If I start getting a migraine, though, I'll warn you now, there'll be no, oh, sorry, people, I've got to go. I'll be like, I've got to go. Bang, computer's off, because then it's just run to the bedroom and turn all the lights off. Oh, that was almost like a threat, wasn't it? There'll be no fucking blah, 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 blah. But yeah, the show's going to start. Thank you, Jimmy. Much appreciated. Let me know about your working and that. Henry says, your girlfriend is adorable, mate. You're a lucky man. Henry, I really feel lucky. You know, I don't take her for granted at all. She has given meaning to my life that I didn't have. Changed me as a person. Fucking something needed to, believe me. Thank you, Henry. I mean, look, it's not paradise. It is. It really is. She's so lovely. Dirty little thing. Oh, Jimmy says landscapers are out of work now. Oh, it's seasonal work, is it? Yes, Amy, it is a sweet story. And thank you, Henry. It's very kind. Have a look at this, people. Really nice. Jared drops a 5-bit in. He says, yeah, fuck YouTube. Also, I've been loving Millennial this year, and your appearance was good. Yeah, thank you, Jared. I've had incredible numbers. Like, I'm blown away. You know, I tend to think that Woes' audience aren't really people who'd like me, but I think it's on nearly 6,000 now. I'm about 5th in the running order of who's had most views. And there's plenty of debate as well. There's a couple of thousand comments. And yeah, and no, it's been great. It's been great. I watched him. Who was he talking to the other night that I enjoyed? Black Pigeon Speaks. I think Black Pigeon Speaks has had a couple of drinks, so I think he likes a drink. Does anyone here remember when Black Pigeon Speaks went on Jakes and Latte and he was shit-faced? I felt a bit for Jakes. Me and Jakes didn't get on too well. We didn't dislike each other, but we just never managed to gel. I don't know why. Sometimes it just happens. There was nothing sort of. There was no. Nothing happened. We never really sort of got on. But I did feel for him a bit because he probably thought, wicked, I've got Black Pigeon Speaks coming on. Yeah. He's fucking American. Yeah. Huh? I was like, oh dear. Thank you, Jared. Mousecat drops scores on the door. Is a Chris Mouse Prezi. Took me all morning to think of that. Thank you, Mousecat, and thank your missus as well, because her Christmas hamper was just incredible. The time, effort, thought, and the one before that with all the stuff for the kids, incredible. Although I think maybe they came together. I can't remember. Regardless whether they came together or apart. Thank you, Mousecat, for the Chris Mouse present. It's Chris and Mouse. Nice one on that score. Majano Caprusha Tatutu. Right, I have got some interesting things to show you today, and I've tried to make it not too heavy, and I've got to remember to drink water because if I'm going to go on for a few hours here, I've got to keep lubrication. Although that fan's... Oh, you know what? It's weird now because it's 24 degrees. I mean, I didn't come out here for this. But when I turn the fan off, then I get a little bit hot under the collar. That's the collar. What should we do? Where should we go? She has about 5 sisters. One of them is my cleaner, and I have to say, when she's round here, I was thinking maybe I should get a little PVC maid's outfit to do that cleaning in. Deadly Ratter says corned beef is human meat now. Just out of the blue. Hello, Melavin. Good to see you. Hello, Emrys. Lovely crowd in. Oh, that's a lot of words for you, love. Let's see if we can get from A to B. Mrs. Me in it. Drops a lady in. Hoyt to you, Mrs. I was just talking about you. You probably heard. Thank you so much, loves. Thank you so much. I haven't touched the booze. The Fox's biscuit selection gone. The missus is rationing the sweets in the province because if she just gives them all out, all their teeth will fall out. So now and again, she'll give one kid something, they all turn up. So they all get one, and then a few days later, they all get one. But I saved the one with the swizzle stick for a certain kid only because I like him. He's really sweet. And so I said, make sure he gets that. Evening all, Scrubs and Mr. Dangerfield. Been missing streams of late. Christmas is a cruel bitch for a woman. I said of a woman, for a woman. I think I'm done now. Phew. Well, the effort, expenditure, and time you went for me, I can imagine you're like that with a few people in your life, and yeah, I can imagine it's quite the endurance, perhaps. I might have to turn that light away from me. I don't think it's giving me my migraine options. I don't think it's going to help out with the old migraine. Oh, it'll be a bitch to get a migraine tonight. Oh, that's better though. Is that better? You can still see me a little bit. Thank you, Mrs. Meernit. And, thank you on behalf of everyone whose Christmases you undoubtedly make better. Lovely. Right, where are we? It's not a very humid country, Cron. It's not a very humid country. Well, Blob's a bit much. She's quite a big girl, but big girls are quite sexy. I like all women really, as long as I like a pretty face. But after that, I do like a pretty face. I'd certainly tap her. I wouldn't because it's my girlfriend's sister, but if it weren't. Hello, Paul. How are you, man? Just been to the gym. Good. Pump it up. Pump it up. Pump it up. UK, London. Pump it up. What is that song? Pump it up. UK, London. Pump it up. United States. Why is that in my memory? How much trash must we have in our memories for me to remember that? Pump it up. UK, London. Pump it up. United States. Someone here will know what that is. Risk it for a biscuit. Yep, I certainly jacked it for the packet. Amy is agreeing. So many little things to get done. Real Vincent Griffin. I'm in my local Nero's having a banging hot chocolate with a free-range egg sarnie. Ouch. Either of those on its own I'd be good with, but together making me feel a little bit dicky. Yeah. Well, I hope you're enjoying it, Vincent. That's all it's about, isn't it? Andrew, don't do it. I did it, then got divorced. What are we talking about? Banging the missus' sister. Did you bang your missus' sister? Oh, I'm getting messages from work now I've got to deal with. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, so she got a email. Okay, can you speak to beep? I'm streaming while I should be working. Oh, what's happened? Hello. All right, I'm back. It was 808 state. Of course it was. Good call, Richie. Excellent. Right, where are we going? Someone was going to tell me. Are we doing the memes today? No. We'll probably do them tomorrow. I've just seen today's the last day to get them in, people. So if you want to, I hope everyone realised you had to have made the memes yourself. I'm a bit worried that some people have just sent me memes. But if you want to get into the Scrubs meme gallery, make a meme, email it to me, put meme in the subject so I don't have to look at it. Because what I'll do is on the day, I'll open the emails and I'll read whatever's said and show the memes. But make a meme, get it to me. You've got today. That's your last day. Jimmy, you can probably make a meme, can't you? Scozza. Paul Squire says, hey, I saw one of your old vids about getting the horn climbing up a rope. Ah, the old rope-gasm. I had similar. If I hung onto a tree, I could get the fizz. No one could out-hang me. No one. Well, I used to get a bit guilty because I'd climb up the rope, I'd get the rope-gasm, and I'd just want to stay there forever. Oh. And I'd know that my mates downstairs were still sort of playing army, going, quick, the Jerrys are coming, we got to run. And I'd be like, no. I saw a photograph of Maria Whittaker in the sun today, and I'm staying here for as long as my puny biceps can hold me up. It's all part of growing up, isn't it? No, I trust you're serious. I absolutely. Yeah, no, and your divorce was, I mean, I would divorce a partner if she slept with anyone. You just don't do that, do you? I mean, I've cheated on all my girlfriends, really. The nearest I've come to it with this one was some brass in a lady bar, and she caught me pinching her ass and slapped me round the face. And it was horrible. The guilt, the shame. She forgave me, though, and I haven't been back and will not go back to one of those places. I can't go into a bar full of predatory women and alcohol and expect not to, it's just, as they say in NA, you can only sit in a barber's so long without getting an haircut. Sorry to hear about that, Andrew. That couldn't have been good. This one can go, Rags, if you want, or Moslab. Bye, mate. Jimmy doesn't know how to make a meme, but look the fuck out when I do. It's a piece of piss. Just use Microsoft Paint or something. Just put some words on a picture. Jared. Hang on a minute, Jared. It was you that just a couple of seconds ago said, fuck YouTube. I've got you there, Ash, by the way. People, the show's going to start very shortly. I've got a load of memes. I've got a load of clips. I've got to tell you about my mate that got shot. True story. Fucking mind-blowing. I've kind of given you the end of it, though. I kind of spoiled it. But it's quite serious, actually. I mean, he's going to be all right, but it's not really an happy Christmas. Jared, I got uninvited from my family Christmas lunch because of no her, But I'll go to a mate's and get pissed and eat barbecue and curse out politicians. It's just so sad, isn't it? And intentional. Let's just split them up even more. Let's get humans down to the last indivisible unit of the individual, at which point they're at their weakest. Meanwhile, there's other groups in European countries that are encouraged to stay together. It's all so bloody obvious. Nice one, Jared. Have a nice time, man. You're going to accept it. Probably have a better time anyway, but it is a kick in the teeth. Thank you, Jared. Nice one, donation. I hope you have a nice time, whatever. John says, divided by every faction. Absolutely. Everyone wants us just in bits. Hello, Albert. You all right, son? The ad text app is great for knocking up memes. There you go. There's even a meme generator. Jimmy, there's a meme generator. Google, I mean, they're old school memes, but doesn't matter. It's only a Scrubs meme show. Just go on to Google. I'll tell you what, for people who want to get involved, they're old school, but I'll get it for you. Remember that Guardian meme generator? That got taken down. They took it down. You remember when you could have a picture of a Guardian journalist and put in, and it was all in the Guardian typeface and everything. Bloody brilliant. Hang on, I'll just get you the link. There you go. Easy peasy. I've put the link to the meme. They're old school memes, the appearance, but doesn't matter, does it? Dennis says, fuck's sake, that's awful, Jared. Yeah, Dennis is having similar issues, but he's had a little bit of it. You've had I know it's personal, Dennis, but you've had a little bit of a success recently, haven't you? Which is good. So I've just put a link into a meme generator. Like I say, they're old school memes, but, you know, it's a bit of fun, isn't it? Andrew says, watched your Rupert Everett interview last night. 3 stone, wet through and very relaxed. You know what happened, didn't you, Andrew? You know the backstory to that. I mean, if you don't, no worries. But, yeah, I'm guessing by what you just said, you do. Rufus says there's a Sky News generator. There you go. You know, just knock them up, get busy, have a laugh. You've got today to get them in. Just put meme in the subject bar so I know what it is. Yeah, it's awful. Imagine just having your family say that to you. No, you ain't coming because you're one of them. You shouldn't say this, but I'd be so tempted to say, "Oi, you lot, can you have Christmas without me because you've had all that?" 42 says Christmas dinner could be interesting with the Scrub meme stream for background music. Jimmy says my family are all so there's no problem. I get a little bit sad about your story, though, Jimmy. I get a bit sad about your daughter. And she's obviously a very intelligent girl. And, you know, I'd love to have a daughter who's gone to Harvard. But I suppose that's easy for me to say from the outside. Nice one for the donation, mate. I hope you have a nice Christmas as well, Jimmy. A blue Mercedes, no less. Piggies is off out. Got stuff to do. Be here for the meme stream. Lots of love. Take care, Piggles. Yeah, but Lee, you know, Lee says he'd fuck his family off if they did that to him. I think you have to understand that, you know, there's a lot of money, a lot of propaganda. There's a machine in place making people make that decision. You know, and it isn't about intelligence. It tends to be about where you put your priorities. You know, a lot of people aren't politically engaged. A lot of people are quite apathetic about the bigger picture. So to them, they don't even know why they've got that decision. But I think, you know, accept it. But you know, you don't want to lose your family. You really don't want to lose your family if you can help it, I think. Kevin says, myself and my eldest brother are the only two in my family and most of our friends that has not had the scorpion syrups. The amount of tension about the moment is off the scales. It's unbelievable. Yeah, apologies to you all because I don't really experience this out here. So I'm not really, you know, I haven't got too much of an emotional engagement with it. So if I do say something that anyone thinks is a little bit flippant on the subject, understand that I'm a little bit separate from it all. I do try and be sensitive because I can imagine it must be a mare. Ash is over the moon. Ash 6 says, awesome. Entropy finally works for me. Merry Christmas to you and your lovely missus. Have a good one. Thank you, Ash Price 6. That's very kind, very generous. Machano Caprusci Tutu. I mean, entropy is good. You don't give YouTube anything. You know, I mean, I know YouTuber, YouTube. I don't want to lose my YouTube channel because it still has its benefits. It really does. As much as, you know, like when I tried to watch Urba Derba and Al Mac, it took me ages to watch it because it just wouldn't play, wouldn't start, wouldn't play, kept stopping. I was like, and it only gets so far until you go, nah. However, having said that, I never have any trouble with Salty Crackers, so maybe they're allocating bandwidth while they can. That can go, Rags, if you want to bring the ban hammer down. They don't cause too many problems. It's just some weird advertising, but you know. Mrs. Me in it is getting all a bit Tyson Fury on people. Next year, if there's any more of this woking and work shitus, and I have been tolerant, there'll be a few backhanders from me, and I'm normally a tolerant person. Fucked off with it all. Thankfully, though, I think a lot of people are fucked off with it all. I know it's a phrase I've used time and time again, but it's working for us because the normies want their lives back. Thank you, Ash, again for that donation, and thanks for giving entropy a go. I know it ain't easy. Lovely to see you lot chatting like a beagle. Jared, did I thank you for that donation? I am now. Hello, King Corona. Merry Christmas to you too. The Phantom RB says, I love you, Rope. Well, hello, Bitty Britty. How are you? Bally G said to me about the rope-gasm. He said it still works. And I was like, yeah, I don't know about trying that. I don't want that to still work. I don't know if it would work with me. You know, it's had a bit of use down there. I'm not sure a rope would certainly get it. Deadly Rat has got to the point where he doesn't want to be around he's sheep. God, I'm miles away from where you are. Right, I got there in the end. Hello, Broken Silence. Excuse me, Broken Silence sent me something excellent. Oh, I don't know if it was you, actually. Who sent me the Drug Marines? It might have been Gaffney, actually. Nice one, Jeremy. Happy Christmas to you and the Scrubs. Likewise. I hope you have a good one, Jeremy. Thank you very much for the donation. The show is going to start shortly, people. I think a lot of people are probably waiting another hour for the usual time, but I got in early. I'm on a bit of a roll with my novel. In the stuff I was editing yesterday, I put in about 10 cultural quotes. I love a bit of that. I love a bit of postmodernism. I think I told you yesterday, Kurt Vonnegut, there's a bit, I think it's from Slaughterhouse 5, where he says, everything was beautiful and nothing hurt. And Spiritualized called their last album And Nothing Hurt. So did, I think Moby called his last album Everything Was Beautiful and Nothing Hurt. And I was writing the other night and I put Nothing Was Beautiful and Everything Hurt. And I was like, yeah, cultural references for those who can see. And there was another bit where I said it wasn't nice. It wasn't friendly, it wasn't unfriendly, it wasn't good or evil, it was beyond all that. Yeah. Get those Nietzsche references in there. Oh, it's so exciting. I'll tell you what, I know it's now a joke, but the work I've put into this fucking novel, when you lot hate it, I'm going to be suicidal. Thank you, Jeremy. Happy Christmas to you and yours as well. I've never heard that before. I'm in the control group. That's brilliant. Yep. If anyone asks me from now on, I'm going to say, no, I'm placebo. Well, the internet's saying they're all over the place. I saw a few on the dark web. I saw a few. I think I might even have some pictures. I wonder if I'll get in trouble. Hang on. I can't get in pictures just for showing pictures that someone else found on the dark web. Hang on. Give me a couple of seconds. I mean, you know, as soon as you put someone in, run someone into a corner, they'll get desperate. And when people are desperate, criminals pounce. Have a look at this. Now, I would never suggest breaking the law, but look at that, 300 quid for a working French ouche passport. That I found that on the dark web in about 5 minutes. Here's another one. Found this in about 5 minutes. They're fax cards that you just fill in. I mean, you know, a couple of minutes with a Tor browser. Loads of them available for America. It was crazy. Oh, that's right. Broken Silence watched my video because someone suggested it yesterday, the humiliating making of the modern man. And there's a bit in that story where I get my French porn playing cards and I make an arc of all the best ones. And Broken Silence identified with it in the email, and he said he called it a jizz rainbow. He called it, in his day, a jizz rainbow. All his favourite porn mags open at the right pages. Jizz rainbow. It's a good old video, though. It's a good old video. It's a funny story. Thanks for reminding me of it. Hello, Toomey. How are you, son? You'd certainly hope so, wouldn't you? Oh, no, without a doubt. Without a doubt, Lee. Hayden says, when they are linked to a database, they can easily identify and punish bent doctors. No, they can't, Hayden, because the doctor signs them off. So let's just, this is all in Minecraft. So you go to a dodgy doctor who's a legitimate doctor and you say, I'll give you a monkey if you can do me up and he says, yeah, all right. You put the monkey down. He gets the card out. Blah, 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 blah. You've had Pfizer 1, booster. There's a QR code into the computer. Where's the problem? When your QR code is scanned, it comes up, yep, add this, add that. Where do you see what I'm saying? The only time that doctor's going to get sussed is if they test the person to see, if they take a blood test to see if they've had it, and then they take the blood tests of loads of other people from the same doctor, which the chances of that are just negligible, aren't they? Next to nothing. No, they'll be everywhere. Imagine, like, listen, as you know, my rehab career was long and horrible, but plenty of GPs in there, plenty of medical students in there. You know, it's a stressing game. There a lot of alcoholism and a lot of gambling, a lot of drug addiction in the GP game. They run into money trouble, and when they get, you know, some criminal goes in there and says, you want to make a few quid? And they're like, well, how much are you talking about? They say, well, we can get shot of those for £1,000. We'll give you half of it. And then the doctor says, how many do you want? And they go, 50. And he's like, 25 grand. Yeah, all right. And that's 50 from one doctor. It's just easily abused. I'm writing this shit down. I'll be back on the 27th. Nice one, Jimmy. Nice one for the Danash Cuckoo. But, these things are easily abused. I mean, look, passports have been faked for years. There was passports on the dark web when it first opened. Fake passports. Easy. Jimmy's been in 5 rehabs. Newbie. Mouse cat. Chris, will your past be a non... I knew it was coming as soon as I... Well, so far, I don't need one. I'm all right. Non-doctor danger. Men of a certain age get that joke. Thanks for the donation, Mouse Cat. Amy says, what even is a Coof passport? They told me it was a conspiracy. No, it's to show that you've been vaccinated, and certain places require you to show it upon entry. Well, we had it already. We had it. Were you here already, or did you hear the story yesterday? I'm not sure, but yeah. Because I didn't get a doctorate, I only got as far as a master's degree. There, we had a conversation, and one of my old nicknames was Non-Doctor Dangerfield. Vols comes up with a doctored pass. There's so many here, isn't there? Sorry, Amy. Apologies, I missed that one. I am a little bit knackered. Not quite. I have to say though, streaming and the old acetaminophen would appear to have sorted my headache out. Sorry, Amy, that was ridiculous. What you actually said was, what is this Vax passport? I thought that was a conspiracy theory. But when I first read it, I didn't have that on the go, did I? Hello, VC. Hello, here in the gate. I mean, the show's going to start in a minute, so you're all right. Yeah, it's been a while, mate. Did you take 2 weeks off grafting? Oh, God. Right, let me tell you what happened. I've got some photos for you too, but I haven't sorted them out because I'm lazy. Let me get you a couple of these pictures. This is going to blow your mind. There's a little story. I want to tell you a story. Oh, I told you I had that migraine and it was like 11 hours of sensual dreams. And when I came out of it, I was still in the sort of in betwixt the dream world, the real world, the migraine world, and my own degeneracy. So I tapped up all the birds that were in the dream because it just seemed so unlikely that they weren't there. I know that sounds ridiculous now, but at the time it was like, nah, you must know something about it. And that was about 8 women in total. I've had 5 get back to me, which was lovely. All right. Oh, what happened? Tell me what happened. Oh, if I must. Right, hang on a minute. Let me get a couple of pictures. Oh, fuck me. Can you see the screen? Thank God for that. That could have been very bad. So hang on a minute. Let me just grab you a couple of pictures, and then I'll tell you a little story. And this is very sad actually, because I've had and witnessed very little bad news while I've been out here. Not a lot of nasty things have happened, especially when you spent decades in Soho. It's like, oh, everyone was murdered yesterday. everyone was raped yesterday. And you're like, oh, again. But out here, it's been rather lovely. But let me just show you this. Won't be long. Right, I have achieved picturification. Anyone watching who's turned up late, you might hear me a little bit. I started the stream with headache. I've had a headache tablet because I played a little practical joke at the beginning and pretended like that other one where I wasn't pretending. And I'm trying to just be a bit calm because I want to get on with my novel after this. That's why I started early. So if you do think I'm a little bit, what's the word I am? Well, relaxed. Well, the answer is yes, I am relaxed. Right, so check it out. I've got a bloke, and I really respect this guy. And I only use this one vape juice, Limoon. It's mint and lemon. It's delicious. And as you can see, or maybe not, there's quite a lot of them in there, yeah? So what he does is he delivers them, he stashes them up downstairs. It's quite nice knowing that no one's subdued and lethargic would work. Yes, I prefer subdued to lethargic, but you know. He stashes them up because he wants to get it done early, and I'm still asleep because I go to bed at 1:45. And then when I wake up, I go and pick them up, get on the old ABA. It's a really good service out here. It's weird that this third world country's got a better banking system than the UK. Pretty much ABA has got the monopoly, so everyone has it. You can use ABA in nearly every shop in Cambodia, and nearly everyone has it. So you just pick up your phone, select the name of the person, put in the amount, press a button, they're paid. So anyway, I also asked him for a new battery charger because my vape battery charger is playing up a bit. And that's the last thing you want, no batteries, because that's no vape. And then that's me going, oh. Anyway, the battery charger is no good. So I send him a message via Messenger, right? Well, say his name is Peng. And I go, it's a voice message. I go, oi, Peng, nice one on the juices, but that battery charger is no good. I said, do you want me to bring them down to you, or do you want to come and collect them? Now, let me tell you a little bit about Peng. Peng's got an absolutely stonkingly beautiful missus. She's a 10 out of 10. She's not quite as hot as Jen's missus. I'm only saying that because yesterday, when I was saying how hot Jen's missus was, Jen sent me a message saying his missus had had a shitty day and was very happy to hear me say that. But honestly, Jen's missus, I'm almost tempted to show you, like a model, a beautiful European model. Honestly, so, and just such a sweetness about her. Oh God. Hang on, let me just exercise this out of my head, or it's going to distract me. If I let it distract me for a few seconds, then I can sort of move on. So Peng's missus is also very beautiful. She's not as nice as Jen's missus. Anyway, and he's got a couple of lovely kids, and he has worked his ass off. Peng has. He started with a little booth in a market when I was here 4 years ago, where he'd repair mobile phones. He learned how to do that off of the internet. He's got no education in like electronics or engineering. He taught himself because there's no welfare out here. This is how it works. When there's no welfare, get busy or don't eat. And so this geezer, and he's not like particularly bright, built up his mobile phone repair shop, then delegated, got someone else working in that shop, then set up another shop where he employed people who knew how to repair computers. He don't know how to repair fucking computers, but there are people who do. Paid them, built that up. He's got a bit of money and he's got a very nice motor. He's got a very nice couple of scooters. His kids go to the best school. So he's doing really well in the sort of Cambodian financial explosion that everyone's talking about. And anyway, remember all that. So I'll leave him that message. All right, Peng, do you want to come and collect that charge, or do you want me to drop it off? Because I knew I'd be down near one of his shops because he's down near my barber's. And he says, no, I'm not feeling too good. And it was a voice message, and he was like this. No. He went, brother. He said, just wait. I'm not feeling too good. And I thought, fucking hell, are you hungover or something? And then he wrote me a message. He went, I got shot by a shotgun. No, he said 4 pieces shotgun. And I laughed because I thought it was written. I thought this is a bad Google Translate. I said, no, mate, this is a shotgun, and sent him a picture of a shotgun. He went, yeah. Now, this is what happened. This is what I finally got out of him. I got some photos. He was on his scooter on the way back from dropping off those things, started the approach road to his house. Car pulled up and cut him off. Another car pulled up next to him. Window went down. Shotty come out. Blew him off his scooter while he was still moving, because the car that cut him off, he managed to sort of, get out of the way, and they've taken him off his scooter. He's run. Now, remember that he's run. He's run, climbed over this Lord knows what, because I don't exactly know the area, and disappeared into someone's house he knew. These 2 cars had driven off. Now, they're thinking it was a potential kidnap. Now, nothing like that happens out here. Nothing like that happens out here. But he thinks he's made some enemies and has got himself in a bit of trouble. But have a look at this photo he sent me. Well, his missus sent me. And he's a really lovely bloke. Loves his family. Got 2 lovely kids. Works all day, all night. There he is. And the worst thing that happened is that because he was on his scooter, when he fell off his scooter, he's broken his femur. And so now he's had to have all that pinned together. If you're a bit squeamish, this one is not for you. Have a look at this fucking nightmare. The nightmare before Christmas. I don't think I should be making jokes about it. If you're a bit squeamish, look away now. So I don't know if you can see, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those metal bars into his leg. He ran away, by the way. And I'll tell you what, I'll tell you now. He ran away because he knew he had a family to protect, I reckon. He ran away because he had to. And when you've got that kind of motivation, no, I'm fucked if you're going to get hold of me. I'm fucked if I've got people to look after, I've got people who depend on me. There's more. But he got a couple of stray, little shotty, little lumps of shot in him as well. Yeah, look at this. There's a few more of them, but there's no. I don't want to just indulge in pictures of Leng's injuries. But yeah, poor bloke. But what was amazing was the way I said, "Do you want me to bring it down, or do you want to collect it?" And he went, "Can you keep hold of it? I'm not feeling too good at the moment." Right? Yeah, I understand. You're not feeling too good. You know what? I'm going to put these back in the charger rather than running them out while I'm not using them. I'm going to show you some memes before the show starts proper. Hi, everyone. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, I don't really know what's going to happen from here on in, but well done for getting away. Well done for getting away. Anyone else getting any buffer action, or is it just Glenn? The dirty underworld of the phone tech repair, where it's like the old ice cream wars of Glasgow, isn't it? Awful though, isn't it? Poor bloke. Yes, Steve, that is adrenaline. You know, he decided to get out of there. Hello, Packer. Yeah, can you imagine, Ian? I mean, how do you actually do it? Can you imagine the agony? Good Lord. I mean, you know, I don't know the details. He might have been up against something and just dragged one leg along, but fair play for getting away. Absolutely fair play for getting away. Yes, Christopher. No welfare, no regulations. Well, I have to say though, England is still pretty good for setting up a business if you want to, because you don't have to charge VAT until you hit, what is it at the moment, 80 grand a year, 70, something like that. So you can, in England is still quite a good place for setting up a business, but once it's established, then they sting you. But over here, you just get on with it. You know, and over here, I don't know. Oh yeah, you don't know about them. I mean, they have been overplayed a little bit, but it's a very well-known thing, Mark. You'll be able to find documentaries on YouTube. There was a very famous period of, they were called the ice cream wars because in the schemes of Glasgow, the ice cream vans didn't only sell ice creams, they started selling cigarettes, beer, and inevitably heroin, crack. And there was big money to be made. There was big money to be made even just selling cigarettes and ice cream. You know the old Oasis song, Cigarettes and Ice Cream. And so if you were on someone else's pitch, you got your ice cream van torched. And it ended up with a whole family getting burnt to death. If I remember rightly, Marzipan probably knows more about it than me, just by virtue of being Scottish. But they poured petrol through someone's letterbox and set fire to it and killed a lot of kids or half of a family or something. No, it's quite the big deal. The Glasgow ice cream wars. But William, I will say. There has been a few people say that is a bit that's been a bit mythologized, and that they weren't actually selling error. I mean, I know ice cream vans that have sold weed and that, but there's a lot of people who have said they weren't serving up smack in ice cream vans. They didn't have to because business was good enough selling, you know, bread, cigarettes. Because if you pull up at the bottom of one of those schemes, they haven't all got to, you know, exercise and walk 50 meters to the local mini mart. They can just get the lift down and buy it off the ice cream van. So there was already enough money in it. But, you know, who knows what the actual truth is. But I don't think anyone ever got done for that murder, that mass murder of the families. Hello, Barkley. Barkley says that Dankula's mum was in a movie for it. That's right. I see him. I think he might have done a video about the ice cream wars and he shows the little clip with her in it. Matt says there can be only one ice cream truck. Hair in the Gate wants to know if Claire Grogan was in that movie as well. Everyone fancied Claire Grogan until she got hit round the head with the top end of a bass guitar on the Saturday Superstore. Oh, there you go. Marzipan's read up on it. It was a big frame up. There you go. Barclay Walsh, let me introduce you to Ian Marr. Two people who I respect and get on with. Make up your differences because you're both lovely blokes. I'm sure it was only either a miscommunication or young Barclay being a bit on the bit quick on the trigger finger. Started learning guitar recently. The girls prefer that to the piano, let's be honest. And it's easier to get the guitar out at a party than it is a piano. But, you know, make sure you can play it because otherwise everyone wants you to put the guitar away. Let's have a look at some of these. The show's going to start shortly, people, but we've got some memes. But interestingly, before the memes, have a look at the cover of the latest Spectator. Quite interesting. Flickertron. So if you can't see what's going on, Father Christmas is on his front. Rudolph ain't too happy. Couple of gathers on his back with a truncheon in the air. This is the Spectator Australia, by the way. And the copper's saying, and you illegally cross free state borders, failed to use QR codes, didn't wear a mask, showed proof of vaccinations, and tried to bring good tidings and cheer. Good work, good work. We'll have a look at some more of these memes I've got for you. Oh. Well, you've got Dr. Uchi. When was he elected again? When did he? Yeah. And William G sitting next to him. There's a table of variants and time to roll out a few more of them. And weirdly, there would appear to be an elephant in the room. Look at his trunk. I don't need to say anything else. These are exactly. Hello, AB. Nice to see you. Yeah, just some weird bloke who's managed to tell America how they live their lives. It's just absurd. That's for a bit later. This one I can't say anything about, just enjoy. This was forwarded from Mark Collette. Me and Mark always got on. I haven't spoken to him for ages, and someone mentioned the other day that maybe he doesn't like me. I might have to talk to Mark. I hope he does. I've always respected Mark, and I still respect what he's doing. But that's quite the meme, right? I think the original comment on that was something like, if you showed this to people a couple of years ago, they'd think you're absolutely batshit crazy. But you look at it now and it's like, yeah. I mean, I called it a while back. You know, there'll be families hiding in basements soon. I guarantee it. There will be news stories of stormtroopers finding people in basements. Yeah, well spotted, John. Well spotted, mate. We'll zoom in on that. If I know how to. There you go. See that down in, can you see what's on his wrist there? Look. So yeah, I mean, make your own decisions, people. Listen to the experts, of course. This is only for entertainment purposes. There are science experts out there for your safety. Found this one. This is quite interesting. Oh, Lord, that's for something else later. If anyone can work out what that is, I made that to show you something later. Have a look at, oh, for frickin' snark and shook and batookan. I can't read that out, but I'm sure you get the idea. You've read the bit at the top, yeah? I'll just zoom into that. It's very good meme making. Very, very good. We're done with that. Right, we'll come back to that a bit later, and it will all make all sorts. I'll tell you what. I'll give you a clue, and I'm going to give out the first ever 1,000 points. I've never given out 1,000 points to the Scrubs. I will give you 1,000 points if you can work out, before I tell you the story, what that is explaining. Now, I'm going to give you a clue. It's part of a blag. It's a well-known blag. Well, it's well-known if you're a junkie or a blagger, but I'll give you a bit of time to look at it. There's 1,000 points at stake. There's no point Googling it. I made that image myself. But I reckon I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple of people in the chat who, if they can't work that out, they've probably been involved in what that is explaining. But it's a damn long shot, I tell you. Ludwig has correctly identified a certain part of it. Anyway, there's no point me leaving it up on the screen for any longer. Right, okay, I'll tell you about that a bit later. Where we go now? The show is going to start shortly. Why have I still got Francis Bacon pictures up there? Right, there's that. Why not a little bit of memology 101? Feel free to keep the donations coming in, and you're going to get a lot longer streaming time because it's not even midnight yet. I'm usually now it's about 1 a.m. and I'm chipping into my novel writing time, but we're having a nice slow pre-Christmas griftathon, size of bags. No tick list, no, not drug debts, no. Backgammon, that'll be the weird shaped arrows, wouldn't it? No. No, it's nothing to do with scoring. I mean, it is in a way, but not really. Don't let scoring or drug use. No one's going to get it. If someone had got it, they'd have got it by now. Anyway, let us, perchance. Oh, if you are new here, no one is, and you like reading short stories, I've got a Substack. Link in the description. I'll never monetize my Substack. I write short stories. There's about 14, 15 in the archive. And if you subscribe, any new ones I write, which would be about once a month. Are you new here, AB? Yeah, lovely. I stream twice a day most days, but when the missus is here and Christmas and that, it'll be about one a day. Yeah, if you like reading, I'm a writer and I've got a Substack. I'll never monetize the Substack. Link in the description. Like I say, there's about 14 stories in the archive, and if you subscribe, every new one I write, which will be about one or two a month, they get emailed to you. Totally free. Some of my Substack have had like 6,000 reads now. The last one had nearly 2,000 in 20 hours. So happy days. What's the story? Morning glory. And lovely to have you here, AB. Nice one, Hans. By the way, when is the Scubs? Scubs. Meme stream. Well, you've got until tomorrow to get them in. So it'll be sometime after tomorrow. I want to try and stream over Christmas, but I've got to prioritize the misses. But if I can squeeze a stream on in Christmas Day, I will. Otherwise, definitely Boxing Day. And if I can do it Boxing Day, that's when the meme stream will be. So if you want to send a meme in, don't get a meme off the internet. You have to make one of your own. Ideally, calling out the commies or Boris or, anything that is annoying you, because I want this one to actually have an effect. So not only do we get to see some Scrubs memes, but we get to ping them out and, fire off the meme cannons. Thank you, Hans, for the donation. And just put memes or meme in the subject, chris@chrisdangerfield.com. Nice one, Hans. Appreciated. Did I just see John Palmer? John Palmer making a meme to send you tonight. Nice one, John. Look forward to it. Yeah, there you go. Nice one, Ludwig. Hello, AB. Howdy, AB. Yeah, AB, you probably don't realise, but nearly everyone here knows each other. I've been doing this channel for about 6 years and live streaming daily for about 3. So most of us people not know as in real life, although a few of us have met up. But yeah, you'll hear us saying words that you probably don't understand. Oh, good, bud. I do live streams probably once a day, doing a walkabout in an hour-ish. Oh, and all right, interesting. I'll probably still be streaming in an hour, but if you hang around here and I see you a few other times, well, I'll tell people about your stream. Just in time for the start of the stream. There you go, Winston. We're about to get it going. You've been going about 10 years. Most of your people are from the UK. Yeah, same here. Same here. I've got about 13% American, 3% Australian, but I've got 18% women. All right. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, that's the idea. That's the idea, Tony. So when we get them, we can ping them out and fire meme cannons. Oh, do you? We talk a little bit about growing here. I mean, I'm not a stoner anymore, and I take the piss out of stay highs, but in a nice way. I spent most of my adult life on smack, so you're in good company. Mrs. Meehan, it says, hit the like for Christmas as the bells are ringing out. Mems, I have enough probs with getting the headphones to work. Oh, okay, yeah, you're one of those. Occasionally I delete mine if I get a bit too heavy on the old coofage. Anyway, nice to have you here, AB. Well, shill your stream. Once I've had a look at it, I'll, well, if you delete them all, but I'll have a look at your channel and we'll see what we can do. I can't really tell you a festive DMT story because the only times I've done DMT, I've been full of all sorts of things, and it's very insular. Anything hallucinogenic is very in you know, you're not really sharing much with other people. Yeah, look, Jeffro, hit up Barkley. Don't hit him up. But there you go. Right. Let's have a look at this. Hopefully you'll have audio. I might need a check. Oh, actually, maybe if I... For crikey's sake, why don't computers work when you don't know how to do it? Why don't computers work when you don't know how to operate them? Right, we should be all right. If you could give us a little audio check with memology uno et uno. Ready, people? Let me know if you hear the indent, the ident. Did you hear that? No. Al says, no, your women are only 18% female. Right, you heard that. Lovely. Let's have a look at this one. This is funny. This is called Sorry Not Sorry.
If someone in your family isn't vaccinated, should you ask them not to show up?
Yes, I would do that. I mean, I think we're dealing with a serious enough situation right now that if there's an unvaccinated person, I would say, I'm very sorry, but not this time, maybe another time when this is all over.
And you know what? I got out of jail and I tried to start things off on the right foot. And you wouldn't do that, would you? So I'm going to pay you $100 to fuck off.
Well, I mean, look, at least we know with the good doctor that he was elected. Oh, where did he come from again? Oh, a serious question. Where did he come from? Seriously, where? I mean that. I'm asking because I don't know. How comes this geezer is telling the whole of America what to do? When did he get that authority? I don't know. Is he just a friend of Bo's? It's very strange, isn't it? What an unpleasant and kind of frightening thing to see. Right, now I'm going to get into my videos file because I decide, look at the effort I go to. Yeah, this is amazing. Actually videoing them, you getting OBS out. This is today's toxic masculinity section. Sorry, Mark. I might as well just say that every time now. Now, it's very quick and it's very blurry, but this is today's toxic masculinity section. And the video is called The Best Comeback in Fight History. It's very quick, but it's very blurry, but it's quite the comeback. Check it. This is today's toxic masculinity. It's about 10 seconds long. Ready? Go. Oh. You can have it again. You can have it again, you lucky people. So you get the idea. I bet that other kid thought, what the fuck? There you go. You know, when I've talked before about kids at school, they should have a ring, they should have big old 10-ounce gloves and gum shields, they should have a PE teacher that can regulate the fighting. If a couple of kids want to have a fight, very hard for young kids to really hurt each other with gloves on. And you sort of see it there, you know, he had about 10 clear punches and geezer, you know, he'd probably have a headache afterwards, but not much else. We got another clip that I bothered with OBS. This is fucking based. Hang on. Right, so let me just sort this out. So we've all seen the adverts, haven't we? We've seen the neo-Soviet military recruiting campaign where they've got those Spetsnaz 6'6" monsters. It looks like a platoon of Tyson Furies done up in all the bulletproof stuff, each holding a GPMG, you know, jumping out of helicopters, and the music's like dun, 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 dun. We've seen the Chinese one where even, you know, just the most incredible special forces stuff running down the outsides of buildings. It's just, you know, these dun, 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 you know, aircraft, all this. And then we've seen the American one. My two mums always brought me up fairly. And you're like, what? And we've seen the English one where they're actually in a battle situation. And a bloke gets out his mat and does his bit. He's one of five. I'm talking about vitamins. Know what I mean? And the other soldiers all like, no, turn the radio off. He's, you know, okay, Hey, China, just stop. Can you stop the war? Yeah, no, praying. Yeah, all right. This is actually an advert. You've seen it, right? They just stop. I mean, that's what you want in an engagement. You want to have to stop and turn your radios off. That's good. And then he rolls his little mat up, and then they're like, "We good?" Yeah, they go. Right. So we've seen the difference between the cucked English, British, and the cucked Americans, and the fighting monsters from the Soviets and the Chinese. We know this difference. Check this out. It'll make you smile. Listen carefully to what Tucker says at the beginning, because that's kind of key. He says it a little bit fast, but I tried to turn the recording volume up. Let me just check the volley. Yeah, we're good. Check it out, people.
Jesse, really simple. Do you think the key to remaining competitive with the Chinese military is more gender advisors?
Right, so if you didn't hear that, he said, let's keep this simple. Do you think the key to maintaining competitive with the Chinese military is more gender advisors? Right, we'll play it again, but that's what he says is key to this question.
Jesse, really simple. Do you think the key to remaining competitive with the Chinese military is more gender advisors?
Oh, there's no question, Tucker. I mean, China right now and Russia, they're both testing hypersonic missiles that can turn New York City to ash. Russia is actually developing and has developed satellites that can push our satellites out of orbit and completely cripple our military. Our military, though, they're focused on the important things. We want to focus on climate change, and we definitely have to make sure there are enough tampons in the restrooms at the Pentagon.
That's kind of what they're saying. I mean, I don't know. There's a psychological term for this, and it escapes my memory at the moment, but where there's a massive real threat that you can't deal with, so you scurry off and deal with imaginary threats to make yourself feel in control. That kind of feels like what we're watching.
Well, what we're watching is the destruction of the U.S. military, and what we're going to end up seeing, Tucker, is thousands, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of Americans die. Those are the stakes of the game we're playing here. We don't need a military that's woman-friendly. We don't need a military that's gay-friendly, with all due respect to the Air Force. We need a military that's flat-out hostile. We need a military full of Type A men who want to sit on a throne of Chinese skulls. But we don't have that now. We can't even get women off of naval vessels. That should be step one, but most of them are already pregnant anyway.
So fucking based. So we want Type A men who want to sit on a throne of Chinese skulls. And of course he's right. These are fighting machines. That's what you want. You want fighting machines. You want Jocko Willinks out there. You want whole brigades of Jocko Willinks. Hard as fuck, intelligent fighting machines who've been trained to be peak physical, peak knowledgeable in the game. And that's not what's happening. And Tucker says something interesting. Dennis, do you know what that is? What when he says that? Tucker says there's a psychological word for it when the real problem you can't address, so you go and address imaginary problems to make yourself feel better. I mean, me and Wozy were talking about this the other day. Well, Wozy was more than me, but the Chinese have invented this subsonic, supersonic fucking thing that just goes round and round and can drop its nuclear weapons at any moment. The Soviets have actually got Star Wars satellites that will just all the US ones out of space in an instant. And America's talking about getting more disabled people in the army or some shit. It's just absurdity. And you know, that bloke just outright says it. The outcome of this is loads of dead Americans. And you haven't only got this stream's so getting deleted already. You haven't only got the weakness of the actual military. I mean, there are women in the special forces. Now, there's a place for women in the military. Without a doubt there is. There's things that women can do better than men in the military. But frontline soldiers, helicopter pilots, I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying that. If I said to you, right, you've got a little task force, a special ops task force that's going to go behind enemy lines to do some reconnaissance work on some communications outposts of the enemy, and I said to you, do you want 5 men and 5 women or 10 men? If you said 5 men and 5 women, you're a fucking liar or stupid. Because what happens when you get your leg blown off and you can't walk? You want someone to chuck you over their shoulder on top of their 80-pound bag, on top of their fucking Bergen. You're gonna want them to be able to carry you, and a woman can't. Even the toughest, even the strongest women aren't going to be able to do that. You know, you used to have to do about 30 pull-ups, wide-armed pull-ups, just to get in to just to get into the bit where they see if you can get in to the seals. But the women don't have to do that. And they don't have to do it because they're women. So they're saying they're not as strong as the blokes, so it's unfair to expect them to do the same as the blokes, which I get. But if you're also in the same stroke saying they're not as strong as the blokes, then why are you turning them into fighting machines when you've just said they're fucking weaker? Again, I've got to keep watching this because Semir Gog made a great point. Stop saying it's insane. Stop saying it's madness. It's not. It's intentional. They hate America. They want to destroy it, and they're destroying the military. And so you've got the actual military being destroyed. You know the soldiers, the actual soldiers, and then you've got the country weak in terms of energy, and then you've got the country weak in terms of technology, and then you've got the country weak in terms of old fucking Miley Cyrus ringing up the Chinese. 1 year to do all that damage. They've got it, AB. America's been run by communists. Moslab says women have too much compassion to be combat soldiers, and that's a good thing. Absolutely. I mean, you know, I've spoken to soldiers, and they say that you know, women are brilliant at doing communications and things. When you radio in and you need a message passed on, they're better than blokes. You want a woman who's going to remember that and pass it on. Great, do that job. Don't put a 6'8" big strapping war machine in that job, because they'll be bored to death. He wants to kill because that's what he's been trained to do for the last 15 years of his life. And he says it. He outright says it. What this ends up in is loads of dead Americans. It's peculiar, absolutely peculiar. Right, what have I got for you? I've got a wee break. The show is going to start shortly, people. Let me just have a little wee. I'll take my vape and I can top it up. Kill two birds with one ponage. Little swing in my step there. Oh, the world's a thing. What's that song? Oh, the world is all the world. Come on, it was fake. Good Lord. Or was it? Shangri-La, it's Christmas time. Shangri-La, It's Christmas, poo. Hello, people. I'm sorry about the little break. No, Jimmy, I went like this. But it's as much the same effect. What the fuck? Did he fart? Andrew says Pistifer. I never get tired of hearing that. Cheers. Thanks, Cron. It was a fair flush, wasn't it? Oh, where are we going? What have I missed here? It would appear I've missed something. Why, thank you. Definitely a unique guy. Yeah, mental. A bit stupid. Burnt, broken, damaged, and traumatized. What are the ones? Henry, good call, Henry. Sharton. I certainly did pretend to wash my hands, Arpizzle. I always do it. Did you not see me pick up the tea cloth and just rub my dry hands on it? Thank you, Arpizzle. Oh, that's what I should have gone for. This fella can go. Not causing much problems, but, you know, fuck them. Right, what have I got for you? I'm not actually going to show you that. It's a bit boring, to be honest, but hang on. What is it? Hang on. I quite like Usyk, you know. The boxer Usyk. They're talking about whether it's going to be Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury. I like his personality, Usyk. He's quite a funny bloke. He's got a little bit of a wry smile and a twinkle in his eye. I was going to show you something, but it seems a bit irrelevant now. Now, while we're talking about the military, and if anyone here read Bad Company, illustrated by Brett Ewins, did Pete Milligan write it? I can't remember who wrote Bad Company. But if anyone remembers it, let me show you Kano. Kano was sort of one of the lead roles in Bad Company. Let me just show you a picture of Kano. Now, the story of Kano is they cut his head open and stole half of his brain. I met Kano. I didn't meet Kano. He's a cartoon character. But I met the artist Brett Ewins at a comic convention and got him to draw me Thrax. And I was so happy that he drew me Thrax. Thrax was another character from Bad Company. And he signed it, Brett Ewins. You know, I was only like 14. It was amazing. But here's a little picture of Kano. And he reminds me of Jocko Willink. You remember it, IR? Yeah, it was cracking, wasn't it? Hello, Wendy. Wendy's got her boobs out. Have a look at Kano. Mark, were you there? Mark's probably asleep. I just assumed that if Wendy Willow was there. Yeah, look, that's Kano. He's got a touch of the Jocko Willink about him, hasn't he? That is what American soldiers should be looking like. Right. Let's... here's a nice bit of chat from Jocko Willink. And it's quite interesting. It's from his podcast. And someone puts in the question, someone sends in the question, what do you do if you're broken? Now, if you don't know, Jocko Willink was a US Navy SEAL, special forces, proper behind enemy lines, hard, tough. He's a tough fella. And what I like about Jocko Willink is when he left the military, he utilized his skill set. He's got jiu-jitsu gyms. He runs a load of jiu-jitsu gyms. He's got a wife and family. He's a patriot. He's realistic and honest about some of the things the American military has done that have been questionable, to say the least. But, you know, these things happen in wars. But he's also set up businesses. He also goes into businesses and does and talks to them about leadership. You know, he learned what he learned about leadership in the special forces, you know, where if you get it wrong, people die. And his angles on leadership are really very clever. You know, a good leader doesn't tell people what to do. A good leader uses his people to find out what to do. And he talks about this kind of stuff a lot. And, you know, people pay this geezer a lot of money to go into and to talk to the CEOs and managers of businesses, to sort of talk about leadership, talk about how to deal with a team. You know, he's just made a good life for himself. And I respect that. You know, a lot of people have got a lot of chat about what they're going to do, but Willink has done it. He put the time in and he looks like a fucking fighting machine. So brilliant. But someone sent in a question, what to do if you're broken? Now, we talk about this on this channel quite a lot. When you can't accept something, you know, when it feels like it's all going down the pan, when you feel like you're fucked, when you feel like I want to give up. So this is an interesting clip. It's 4 minutes long, but I think it's worth watching. So this is Jocko Willink talking about what to do when you're broken. And it's a very inspirational angle he's got.
What do you do when you're broken?
What do I do when I'm broken? When I'm broken, I relish it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use it. Because if I'm broken, then I just found my limitations.
This is such an awesome, awesome opening. There's no self-pity. There's no woe is me. No, if you're broken, you've reached a limit. And how do you grow in life? How do you get better in life? How do you get stronger in life? By transcending limits, by being able to get beyond them. And he's found one. Like in addiction, they talk about the gift of desperation. That moment where you're just like, fuck, I can't do this anymore. I just cannot do it anymore. And you just flop down somewhere and think, just kill me. Well, actually, you've just been handed a gift, son, because you've now got two choices: die or sort it out. And that's exactly what he's saying there. I'll take it back a bit for context. I won't keep interrupting it, but I don't want to get a copyright match, so I will have to interrupt it occasionally. But I'll try and add something rather than just gibber.
I'm going to use it. Because if I'm broken, then I just found my limitations. And until I know what my limitations are, how can I push them? How can I get better? But once I see it, once I feel it, once I see where I was broken, then I can attack that weakness. I can fill in that gap. I can reinforce that breach. If you break, it means it's time to fortify your will to make it stronger. Then look.
Think of it in terms of martial arts. And he, like I said, he's a jiu-jitsu trainer and he teaches it. Think of it in terms of martial arts. You're fighting with someone, bang, bang, bang. It's on the floor. It's all blah, blah, blah. And then boom, someone's got you in a Gamora or something. Someone's got you in a rear naked choke. And every time you fight them, they keep getting back to that bit. And you keep getting into that rear naked choke. You know, that's a bit, that's your limit. They keep getting me on that. So how do you get past that? Because you found a limit fighting that particular person. They keep managing to get you with that. Well, you have to learn. You have to say, well, how do I get better at this? How do I learn to defend myself against getting in this position next time? So you work on that limit, and that's what you're saying. It's fantastic.
There's all kinds of different ways to break. You can break physically, you can break mentally, you can break your heart, you can break your spirit, and none of those are fun, and all of those are going to leave a mark. But the mark that they leave can be the mark of victory or it can be the mark of defeat. Because every time you break, and in every way that you break, while it's a chance, it's definitely a chance for you to give up and for you to just to fall apart.
They are your options. They're your options. That's what I said. If you feel that, whether it's physically, whether it's emotionally, spiritually, financially, there's so many ways that you can be broken in life. And it's like, are you gonna give up? Are you gonna let that break you? And are you gonna let that break be the end of it? Because it will then fester. You might be all right physically, you might be all right spiritually, you might be all right financially, but if emotionally you took a break and you just put it under the carpet, it's going to fester and it's going to grow. And the rot of that is going to infect every other part of your being. That's what's going to happen. I talk about acceptance all the time. I talk about understanding the difference between the things you can change and the things you can't change. Once you've identified, so you've been broken somehow, financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually, there's more. So are you just going to go, I can't do it anymore? Or are you going to go, okay, this is the situation, because this is life, and life is a bitch. Life throws shit at you, and life is a fight and a struggle for resources that everyone's trying to get their hands on. So what you need to do is accept it, accept the situation. Right, that fucking broke me. Didn't see that coming, or was too busy or too distracted. Or are you going to accept it and go, right, what can't I change here? I can't change this. There's nothing I can do about that. What can I change? I can change this. So I'm going to work on that. I'm going to do what I can. Not just sit there looking at what I can't and go, yeah, but it's fucked. It's fucked now. It's all gone. I can't do anything about it. Woe is me. Self-pity. Or you can say, well, actually, I'm going to accept that because life isn't fair. But I'm going to look at what I can do. And the things I can do, I'm going to do them at the fullest of my potential. Because this is my fucking life. My one life. And I'm not going to let it break me. I'm going to let it make me, like what he said. This is a limit, and now I'm going to transcend it. I'm going to become stronger from it.
But there's also opportunity. There's opportunity to get stronger, and get smarter, and get faster, and get tougher, and get more stable, and get more resilient, and get better. When you break, you have the opportunity to show the world, the whole world, what you are really made of. So if you break, the fight isn't over. In fact, if you break, the fight is just beginning.
Brilliant. Absolutely perfect.
And as you crawl up and out of that dismal and wretched place, you're covered in blood and sweat and dirt and filth as you rise above what you were. And as you take the form of of who you are supposed to be, you will see that in the very act of standing up, in the very act of fighting on, you will become and you will remain unbroken.
Fucking brilliant. Now, can you imagine a montage of special forces? Imagine a montage of helicopters and them abseiling out of those helicopters. Imagine a montage of fucking bullets going everywhere and the LZ clearing as the fucking Huey Cobra comes down or the gunship or whatever. And imagine Jocko Willink saying that over the top of it. And then at the end of it, it goes US Navy SEALs or US Marines. That would be a recruitment advert. Not, my two mums always inspired me to do whatever I wanted. It's a fucking joke. It's good stuff. It's good stuff, Jocko Willink. And, you know, a lot of that stuff has really helped me. A lot of that acceptance, a lot of that seeing desperation as a gift. You know, and I know people here are really struggling. I know a lot of you here are really struggling. And, you know, my life is far from perfect. As you know, it weren't too long ago, I fucking fell asleep doing a fucking stream in 37. But if you can see that as a gift, and if you can do what Willink said there, actually think, how do I overcome this? How do I protect myself against it happening again? And that's how you define yourself as a warrior. That's how you define yourself as a success. That's how you define yourself as a survivor. And, you know, we've all been brought up in cultures where they tell you the opposite. We've all been brought up in cultures where they tell you, well, if it's going a bit bad, you know, find a safe space, you know, cry a little bit, maybe get some help, you know, here and there. I mean, I've got nothing against getting help. But, you know, the masculinity that women need in those times as well. You know, men have feminine aspects and women have masculine aspects, but apparently it's all toxic. But that masculine thing to fight through, to identify a limit and fight through it and get past it, this stuff is key to the survival of nations. No, it's great stuff. If you don't watch Jocko Willink's podcast, it's fucking brilliant. He gets on people. He interviews soldiers. He gets soldiers on. They're usually people who've seen a lot of action. They're usually people who've got the most incredible stories, and they've usually written a book. And he reads bits out of their book and then gets them to explain further. And you know, I'm kind of weirdly obsessed with the military anyway, but he's so good in the way he talks about just personal development and growth and responsibility as well. You know, you've got a responsibility to succeed. You've got a responsibility to be strong because you're part of a bigger picture. No, cracking stuff. Absolutely cracking stuff. Right, so moving on, the show is going to start shortly. What's my entropy looking like? Awful. The grift was going very well, but it has dried up at 2.5 hours. Right. So that weird graphic. When I was a blagger, a scammer, a con artist, when I needed to find 30, 40 quid every day, every single day, and even when you got that 40 quid and you jacked all that up in you, then you needed to find another 40 quid. There's a hustle that most of you have probably heard about. It's called the rising change hustle. And I had a mate who was the legend at doing it. Now, the weird thing about the rising change hustle is most times you do it in charity shops. And there's a reason for that. There's 2 reasons for that. most charity shops don't go for the old £1.99, £2.99. They're usually £2, £3, £1, which helps. They're also usually old people working there. They're usually also usually volunteers. And the change raising hustle is where you buy something, and then when they've got the till open, you ask them if they want some change. Now, it works brilliantly in England with pound coins because no one wants a pocket full of pound coins, and junkies tend to have a pocket full of pound coins because they've been begging, busking, getting them out of the trolleys, whatever. So here's the blag. You go into a charity shop. It doesn't have to be a charity shop. We've done a few Greggs and things. You go into the charity shop and you buy something. So you buy some crappy little thing for £1. And you go, can I buy that, please? And she says, yes. You give her a tenner. She gives you £9 change. And you take that. And you go, oh, actually, while the till's open, can you take some of these ones off me? Now, remember, she's already given you a tenner. You go, can you take some of these ones off me? And she's, yeah, sure, because they always need change. So you put a stack of these pound coins down, but you only give her 9. And she puts a tenner down. And then she goes, oh, there's only 9 here. And then you go, oh, sorry about that. Now, remember, she's already given you the tenner for those 9. And then you get the other one out to make it up to 10. You say, well, actually, while you're here, if I give you this tenner, can you just give me a 20? And you give her back the tenner and the 10 ones, and she gives you a 20. I've never seen it fail. Right? Now, I've done it a few times, but I haven't really got weirdly, talking about the gift of desperation, only when I was proper sick did I have to do it. And I pulled it off because it works in the same way the quick jerk hypnotism works. Have you ever seen the hypnotist when he picks up your hand and he says, look at your hand, and then he jerks your hand and he just pushes your head down. It's about interrupting a flow of thoughts with another flow of thoughts. That's how it works. Now, I'll show you it working on a video, but even when I show you this, you'll probably struggle to understand it. That's why I'm going to show. That's why I made up that little diagram. But that's what the reason I'm showing you this is not so you can go and do it. No, Lee, not £2 profit. No, you've got the maths wrong. No. You can on the numbers I just gave you, £8 you've just earned out of that shop. Now, bearing in mind you need £10 for a bag. Bearing in mind there's about 15 charity shops in Dartford, and you go and do them all, and you do a couple of corner shops and a couple of mini marts. No, this is £60 in 40 minutes. So £60 ain't a lot of money to most people, but to a junkie, it's a fucking lot of money. Oh, I'm not justifying it at all. I absolutely do not agree with blagging, stealing from people, but you're grafting. You're a drug addict. I mean, here's another one. You can buy fake money on the internet, right? On the dark web, you can buy fake money, and you pay premium. You'll pay £10 for a decent fake 20. But on the internet, you can also get really bad fake money for £2 for a 20. Now, I don't know if Sal from Dartford is here, but that would be interesting. Someone she knew gave me a load of very bad fake 10s, right? Now, apart from spending them at Glastonbury, which is easy because it's night time and people just take them off you, what we used to do was go into a bar. You've got your fake 10, which is rubbish. It's all waxy. It's just rubbish. And you buy a beer. You give them £20. They give you your change, which is always a tenner, and then sometimes a £5 and a couple of quid. And then you give them the 10 back, but it's the fake one. You've done a switch. And you say, I can't accept that. It's a fake. What an amazing blag. Because you're telling them that it's a fake tenner. The little coup, the little bit is you making them think they give it to you. It's incredible. It's incredible. So you've got your fake tenner ready. You buy your beer. They put the 20 down. You put your 20 down. They give you your change straight away. Sorry, mate, I can't accept that. Look, that looks like it's been made on a fucking laser photocopier. And they always go, oh, sorry, mate. Fucking hell, sorry about that. Every time. Then you go to another boozer, then another boozer, then another boozer, then another boozer, and then you never go back to that town. So that's the craft in that. And when you can get those 10s for like £2 a pop, and you're converting them to real 10s, So it's not always worth getting the good ones. But I saw some deals on the dark web the other night. I was thinking, fucking hell. But I've only ever used fake money to buy off of drug dealers at Glastonbury. I'd never do that on the streets. Fuck that. Fuck that, man, because you're going to have to go back to that dealer. And if he's called you out when you go back there, no. Anyway, I'll show you the change rising scam, and then I'll show you the little thing I made, because I struggled to understand this for months. This geezer Kerry was just the ace at it. But here's classic junkie problems. Bump into Kerry, you scoring? Well, I want to, but I'm skint. Yeah, me too. Can't you do the change? Can't you do the change blag? Yeah, but we need 20 quid to start. You need to get 20 quid before you can make the money. And the problem is, when you get 20 quid, you're like, right, let's go around and do that blag. Or should we just buy a couple of bags? All right, then. So, bullshit. Very hard to understand, but that's why I made my little diagram. So check it out. This is from The Real Hustle, which is a bullshit TV show, but they do show you this. And interestingly, he goes into a charity shop to do it.
Prepared to give them change for a 20. This scam has even been pulled by the cynical con artist at charity shops.
No cynical con artist, drug addicts, you idiot. What kind of con artist is going to take this risk for 8 quid?
Alex starts by asking for change for a £20 note.
Sorry to bother you, but...
Right, that's not the one I done. The one I done, you buy something and then you go in for the change, but it's the same principle.
Could you give me change for a 20?
The problem is asking people these days for a change of a 20 is already suspect. They're already on you, so they start getting a little bit. So the best thing is to buy something first. I think my version is better than his. I hadn't watched this, so I thought it would be the standard, because this is called the change raising, but this isn't the change. It is, but he's missed the best bit. Buy something for a quid. Get them involved in a sale first, but it'll be the same principles.
Yes, possibly. Possible. Let me have a look.
The shopkeeper kindly helps him out.
So, what are you looking for?
That's great. Oh, fantastic. Thank you.
Lovely.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Oh, sorry. Actually, I do. Absolutely, I do actually have some change. Could I? That's going to be a bit too much. Could I give you this for a 10? Yeah?
Right.
Just that for a 10? Yes. That'd be great.
That's it. See, she doesn't know anything's going on, but the blag has been done.
Actually, one might want to count that, because I think I've got some...
It's only 4.
Is it 4 and oh, so that's 9.
That's 9.
I'll tell you what.
So
Seeing as I've got.
Fuck this, man. This is bullshit. This ain't how you do it. I thought hang on. I'll find a different one. This is nonsense. Anyone has chased you out the shop. Let me see if I can find an half-decent version of it. That's bollocks. I mean, come on. Who was watching that thinking, no. That ain't it. See, this is the BBC. They pretend they're these great con artists. No, they've read that out of a book that was written in the 40s. That ain't how you do it. Let's see what this one. Yeah, this looks a bit more like it.
They should.
A lot of it is the gift of being able to talk, say the right things. I mean,
right, let's see if this one is the actual change raising scam. Fucking BBC. Why did I even think I could rely on them?
Hey, I'm so sorry. I made a mistake.
Bruce Wallstad is a former cop and an ex.
Moore's Lab hates this. Yeah, but I'm showing it really so that people don't get ripped by it because it's very, very easy to do. It's very easy to do. Right, let's hope that this is the actual one.
On fraud and con games, his den is full of examples, and the quick change or change raising scam is one he knows well.
How prevalent is it, do you think? We don't know because so much of it is unreported.
That's because a store's change drawer comes up a few dollars short. The manager shrugs it off. It happens. But
see you later, AB. Nice to have you. Maybe see you again.
Where it was like $150, $180.
And someone good at the scam can hit several stores in a day. Police have posted surveillance videos from across the country. $220 at this convenience store and $2,100 ripped off from a single clerk at a Walmart in Albuquerque. It can happen anywhere. So how does it work?
All right, let's hope this is it.
Come into your store and purchase something.
That fucking... Wait, I'll tell you, you know what I think? I think that BBC one was deliberately convoluted because the BBC were probably like, oh, no, we can't actually show that because people might do it. Rather than think, why don't you show it so that people can protect themselves against it? That I wouldn't put that past the BBC. That wasn't it. That isn't how you do it. Oh, have you got change of a 20? First of all, you'll be like, nah, I'm not going to give you 20 quid's worth of change. We haven't got it. And then, oh, here's that. Can you do this? Have you got a pogo stick? Hello, what sandwich do you want, Melon? Church people. Ridiculous. It's so much easier than that. Hello, Billy. You all right? We're about to start. Yeah, I think so, John. I think so. Right, here we go. Let's hope this is it.
And say it was $2 total, exactly.
Right, hang on, I think. Right.
Albuquerque. It can happen anywhere. So how does it work?
So I would come into your store and purchase something and say it was $2 total, exactly.
Right, so this is it. So you buy something for £2. A quid is £1, but it's $1, but we'll call it a quid, and then it works across the water.
And I would hand you a $10 bill. Okay.
Right, so it's £2 what you've bought from the charity shop, a little badge or something, and he hands you a tenner.
That's $10. So you would make my change, which is how much? 6, 7, 8. Thank you.
So he gives you £8. So far, nothing's happened. You've bought something for £2. You've been given you give him a tenner, he's giving you £8. This is it.
Very much. I take my item. Oh, I forgot. I have all these. I see you don't have any singles. Do you need extra ones?
Right, this is it. Do you need some change? And in England, you've got a lot of pound coins, which is excellent. In England, it's like, fucking hell, I've got a pocket of ones. Do you want them? And shops do want change. So you say, I've got a lot of change. Do you want it? And they always say, yeah.
Sure, yeah, I could use some extra ones.
9, 10. There you go.
Okay.
So you count off £9 coins. You don't count off 10. You give them 9.
10, please.
Thank you. All right, here you go.
There we go.
And he gives you a tenner for those 9, right?
$8 there.
Alrighty.
Wait, that's only $8.
And then he realizes that he's given him 2 less, but you can do it with 1. But let's go with it. So he's given him $8 rather than $10 for his change. The geezer give him a tenner and he give him £8 in ones.
I'm sorry, what?
That's only $8.
Oh, gee, I'm so sorry. Here, 10.
Okay, that's 10.
And you know what?
So now he's given him the right amount.
Here, just let me have a 20.
And then he gives him a tenner and says, just give me a 20. So he's given him 10 and now he's giving him back another 10 and said, give me a 20.
Okay, there you go. Wait a minute.
And I'd walk out of the store right now.
Right. And that's it. Done. Job done. All looks fine. Now, will he explain it?
This example, by the time it's done, my store is short $8.
So I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I mean, you had the same 10 that you took back.
But you get them to count the store's money as yours.
Right.
And it's very innocent, too, the way it.
I'm telling you, people, I see it work so many times. Now, I will take you to the graph that I made so that you'll see how it works. Amazing, eh? Actually making a graph. Let me get the graph up. So this will make it clear as mud. So on the left, Y, that's you. On the right, T, that's them, right? You and them. So you buy something for £2 and give them a tenner. So 10 from you to them. They give you the right change because it costs £2. So they give you 8 back. And then you say, oh, by the way, I've got a pocket full of pound coins here. Can you change them up for a tenner? And they say yes, because they always do. So you then give them £9 coins and they give you the tenner. But they say, oh, they've only given me £9. So you say, oh, sorry, here's 1. And you give them 1. So now they've got 10. And then you say, well, actually, I've got a fucking pocket full of pound coins. Here, I'll give you these 10 more and you can give me 20. And they're like, yeah, no problem. And they give you a 20. Now, if you add up everything you've given them, £30. If you add up everything they've given you, £38. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot of money. This is a fucking proper low-down junkie street hustle. But trust me, when you can make £8 in 2 minutes and then go to another shop and then another shop and then another shop and then another shop, all right. But Shane says, how come the score is 30-38? I just showed you. But here's the weird thing, Shane. I can understand why you're confused because the first bloke who ever said this to me, because he said, are you scoring? I said, yeah. He said, so you've got money? I said, yeah, I've got £20. He said, well, let's go and do the change blag. And I said, hang on a minute, what's that? And he told me it. And I said, yeah, this don't make any sense to me. And he was like, no, it works. I said, well, what do you need from me? He went, you're £20. And I went, yeah, I don't know about giving junkies my £20. He said, yeah, but I'm only going to go into a shop with it. And then I said, tell me how it works. And he'd go, blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, no. And he kept going to me, that's why it works. He says, that's why it works. The fact that you can't understand it is why it works. And then he finally found, it was a Greg's. He said, you stand there. He said, where am I going to go? He said, look, I'm not going to jump over the counter and run out the back. And I was thinking, I would. I would for £20. He said, just stand there and wait. He said, but be out of the way a bit or they'll get a bit sus. And he came out and gave me my money back and he had £8. It was quite a thing. Oh, Mr. Willis, did you really? Did you really? It's a very tricky thing. But the reason I like it is, I've shown you that to look up so that you can be aware. But I like it because the way it actually works, that it's the same as hypnotism. It uses the same mechanism as hypnotism. You got someone thinking about this, and then while they're thinking about this, you hit them with that. And because you hit them with that, they've lost track of this. And so you can manipulate that as you want. It's quite the thing. Give me, I was about to say, give me a pound. Give me a pound in the chat. Give me a 1 in the chat if you understand how it works. Give me a 0 in the chat if you still don't have a clue. Nice one, Graham. I thought someone might. I didn't see that coming. Hello, irresponsible onion. You new in these parts. Lovely to see you. You can do it in supermarkets. I've had to. Not me, but my partner. If you can get a girl to do it, you're fucking laughing. When Gail used to do it, because she was quite easy on the eye, those old blokes would just be like, "Oh, no problem, darling. Anything else I can get for you?" Manimoo gets it. James hasn't quite got it. It's called mesmerism. Let's have a look at mesmerism. Mesmerism. That's the therapeutic system. Animal magnetism, also known as mesmerism. In the 18th century, to what he believed to be an invisible natural force possessed by all living things. Are you sure? What is mesmerism in psychology? A therapeutic technique. Yeah, I'm not where did you find mesmerism meaning that? Because I can't find anything, Vincent, about that. John really don't get it. Absolutely brutal from the Woodlander. What plays in your favour is these people are on minimum wage and can't do maths. I don't think so. I mean, my math skills are terrible, but I was explained this time and time again. I even had the geezer there with the money going to me, look, then I do that. And I was just going, no. What? But at the end of it, he would have more money than he should have. But I'd be like, yeah, but I don't get how. Mesmerism is hilarious. Absolutely clueless. No, doesn't get it. Oh, I thought you maybe had it, but not. Chrissy ain't on it. Jimmy invented it. Aramas would have been conned. RMF, look, it's basic. Fucking hell. John, put money in my hand, it always becomes zero. No, it's a good little blag. It's I've showed you it because it's interesting. I wouldn't suggest going and trying it out. I mean, you know, it's a bit silly. Yes, okay. It's based on misdirection because you've gone thinking about A when B is happening underneath. Someone just... Christopher Valls says, I read about an old scam, but it only works in pounds, shillings, and D. You time-traveling blagger. RMF says, I have to be honest, I've only stolen once in my life. I stole a Transformers pencil top rubber and got caught when I was about 8 years old. Never again. I did nick a load of, do you remember those little tiny cap guns? They were literally about that big. And I remember there was a whole, like it was a sort of laminated vacuum formed cover, and it had about 8 of these little cap guns and a load of rounds of caps. And I nicked them from a shop, probably about the same age, 8 or 9. And I put them under my bed and I felt so guilty. I really felt bad about it. I didn't sort of get home and go, wicked, I've got loads of cap guns. I just remember thinking, these are a bit dirty. These are a bit, I'm not a nice person for doing this. And I remember when I was at university and I was talking to this bloke. He was the bloke that got me into Marxism, actually. Well, the bloke who took me further into Marxism. And he was saying he was desperate for money and he'd do anything. And I said, well, just get a fucking checkbook. This was years ago. And he was like, what do you mean? I said, go get a bank account and ask for the 50-page checkbook. Then just go and write loads of checks and buy loads of stuff. Sell it if you want the money. And he was like, yeah, but what happens when the bank wants all their money? I'm like, fuck them. And he did it, right? He did it. He got his bank account. He got his big 50 checkbook. We went down into Leeds. I mean, you can't do this anymore. But in those days you could. We just bought loads of expensive clothes. And I went from one day from looking like a stay-high absolute tramp into all these really nice clothes because he just bought me a load to thank me for helping him out with this blag. And I remember just after I'd left him, just walking home in all these like new clothes, feeling it was the same feeling as when I nicked those little cap guns. I remember thinking, oh, this ain't right, and I that stayed with me all through my crime days. The only thing it didn't work on was when I was buying heroin because fuck it, I just needed that heroin. But when I made money out of crime, the things I bought with that money didn't mean anything to me because they had no value. Because I didn't work for that money. I blagged and conned for it. And when I actually set up my business and got my first suit made, it meant the world to me. It meant everything because I'd worked hard and I managed to buy 3,000 bags, 3 bags of sand for that suit. And it was like, yeah, you worked hard for this. And it was amazing. Whereas those clothes that come off that checkbook, I just thought, nah, this is shit. Lil Bullet, nice one, mate. I won't work in a bookies, but I know a horse racing con where I can rob a group of people blind. I'll get at least 9 winners out of 10. I don't understand. Do you need to work in a bookies to do it? I don't understand. You'll have to tell us more, Bullet. A horse racing con. What? So you're robbing the bookies, are you? You're robbing the bookies. Interesting. Tell us more. Thanks for the donation, Bullet. Nice one, Doug. Merry Christmas to you too. Smashing avatar. Wow, look at him. Him wasn't very Christmassy, was it? Nice one, Doug. Machano Caprusci Tutu. Crosshatch says, Instagram, 150 quid for £500 in the best fake money I've ever seen. 150. English notes, are they? Yeah, the dark web's all over it. Dodgy game, though. It's all right if you're moving about, but, if you don't want to be pissing on your doorstep. And, that fake money's not, apart from at festivals, it's no good for buying drugs because those fuckers will come and cut your hands off. Where you been, James? Where you been, son? Oh, having money that hasn't got value. It's like the Woodlander had his pub front door stolen. Fucking hell. What is it? Imagine being like Elon Musk, right? Or imagine being Bezos. Nothing's got any value anymore. What can you buy? A Fabergé egg? All right. Well, that might have cost you $500,000, but you can get another 20 of those. You can buy the lot. You could probably buy all the Fabergé eggs. So what? Go and buy an original Van Gogh? I mean, I'd love to own Starry Night. Love to. But if you've got billions and billions, everything's lost its value. When you've got that much money, there's no value in anything. What a horrible place to be. Go for it, Hayden. Let us know. Jeff Rose says, absolutely. Everything I got from dishonesty, I fucked off. Yeah, it didn't feel right with me. You know, I was a drug dealer and not only dealer, I used to take the crappy jobs like having to go across the country with a fucking Puma sports bag full of 9 bars. But when you're a junkie and someone's going to give you 500, you're going to jump on the train and take that risk. Where's Hayden's 20 quid blag? Where's Hayden? I want to know Hayden's 20 quid blag. All right, Rags, we'll do some. What one am I looking for, Rags? The last one. The one that's like got a phone screen, Rags. All right, yeah, ping it by email. I'll be very interested. I ain't robbing anyone anymore. I'm done with that. I was recently asked to get involved in a little bit of crime because someone is in a bit of trouble, and I sort of started and I just thought, you know what, don't get involved. And the geezer's fucking desperate, and it's not drugs. But I just thought, as much as I'd like to, I just can't. I was so happy to get out of that life. And, you want to help someone, but, no, I can't. Imagine my poor missus when I got, but I'd just be interested, little bullet. I'd be very interested. Where's Hayden? Right. Your mate picks it up and spends it. Hang on. I've missed a bit. Right. 1. Busy bar. Oh, no. Yeah, I know this one. I know it well. Yeah. Being a magician, I absolutely know that one. You tell him it's in the bar, and then you tell him it's in the till, and he opens the till, and lo and behold, it's in the till. But your mate's just bought a beer around the corner. Yeah. No, I know it. I've never done it. I know the blag though, but I've never done it. Carding's awful. There's so much carding on the dark web. It's awful. What an awful thing. I mean, you get your money back easy enough from your credit card company, but it fucks people's lives up. Horrible. It's there you go, yeah. Yeah, there you go. No, I know that one, Aidan. But the old magic trick. All right, Rags, what is it? Am I going to get in trouble? Hello, Howard. Nice one for that. Ain't contributed in a minute. Merry Crimbo to the Scrubbage and Dangerfield. Nice one, Howard. Much appreciated. Thank you very much, mate. Hope you're all right. I should check the entropy, actually. Billy Blogs. Oh, and Andrew. Wait a minute. Right. Thank you. Andrew drops £5 into Entropy. Thank you, Andrew. No message. Billy Bloggs says, let's have a look at what Billy Bloggs says. Thank you, Howard. Much appreciated. Hope you're all right. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Billy, thank you for the donation. Explain why cash is good and why we should resist the push to make us all use cards and then eventually implanted chips. Well, I just think cash is good because it allows us to spend money without being monitored, basically. I mean, I'd suggest there's many reasons. But, you know, why do we need middlemen? As soon as you're using a card, you're using a middleman. And if a middleman's getting involved, I'd suggest a middleman's getting paid. And if a middleman's involved, I'd suggest a middleman's getting something else out of it. You know, that isn't a free market. That's suddenly a very regulated market. So, no, I'm very much against it. If anyone else in the chat wants to chip in. Ash Thrice says, it's not thrice, is it? It's thrice 6. My boyfriend and his mate used to make fake 50s back in the day. Caught up with them in the end, though. Ended up doing time. My old man used to smelt bronze. He worked in a foundry where they smelted bronze. And he made a fake 50p, right? And it was in this tin. Do you remember in the 70s and 80s, you'd have a biscuit tin in your house full of all weird, really weird things, like things from your old Doctor Who game, the odd Dalek, a bit of thread, just really weird things. And this 50p was in it, and it was slightly matte. You know, it didn't have the shine of a real 50. And I remember saying to my dad once, I was only about 9, I went, look at that, there's 50p in here. Basically saying, can I have this 50p I just found? And my dad said to me, he said, it's not real. He said, I made that at work just as an experiment. He said, it's not real though. He said, don't spend it. You can't spend it. And I was like, oh, all right then. A couple of days later, down the arcade, down the old trading post, Jumborama. Any Dartfordians in will remember Jumborama or the trading post. Upstairs, Kelly McCarthy's dad's snooker hall. Fucking Kelly McCarthy. And they had a joke shop up there. And I think I might have bought Blue Mouth sweets, one of the old classics, Blackface soap. Do you remember those? You get home thinking this will be wicked. Mum, do you want one of these 2 sweets I've got that you've never seen before? No. Mum, I've just bought some soap. I'll put it in the bathroom. Why have you bought soap? No reason. Totally rubbish. But joke shops filled. Give me a 1 in the chat if you remember that feeling of being in the joke shop as a kid, and just the idea, all those little cartoons on the bit of cardboard that was stapled to the bag. That feeling of I can't wait till I've got enough money to buy that one or that one. The little fly in the ice cube. Oh, that's going to be brilliant. But next time there's a party around my house. I used to stay in that joke shop all day. I reckon most kids did. No one in Dartford had the money to buy anything. You'd get your Blue Mouth sweets or your whoopee cushion and snappy gum. Remember the snappy gum? Do you want some chewing gum? Yeah, all right. And that bit of metal would come over and fucking terrorize your thumbnail. It was a lethal weapon. I used to love just all day Saturday in the joke shop. I'd go in there when it was light and go out when it was dark, and I would have spent about 30 pence. So anyway, I've gone into up there. I've gone in. Loads of people remember it. Amazing. Yeah, of course. So we're the good ones. Whoopee cushion. a real Bronx cheer, of course. Stink bombs. They looked like little morphine amps, didn't they? That was what I liked about them. Very, very delicate, though. More than one person had let them break in their pocket. What a fucking stench as well. Fake poo, always a classic. Snappy gum. But the snappy gum, the whoopee cushion, and the smoke bombs, they were always out of my league. I was blackface soap. Or the other thing where you put a bit of money on a thing and you press it and it pulls it back, but you've never got the quid to put on the end of it. So I'll tell you what we used to do in the French house. We used to super glue a pound coin onto the paving outside the French house. Me and Matt Cogger, he's dead, poor bastard. And we'd super glue a pound coin onto the floor. And we'd just sit outside the French house drinking and just see how many people went for it. And I have to say, it was usually women. And it was quite dark. It was a dark experiment because I remember at the end of a few hours of it, Matt Cogger said to me, he said, do you realise the reason it's mainly women is because they tend to walk with their eyes down so that they don't have to look in the eye of every bloke who's staring in their eyes. And I was like, yeah, that can't be nice. But it's a shocker because there's always a load of people outside the French house. Well, on a nice summer's day. And to see someone, you'd occasionally, I will get back to my dad's 50p in a minute. But one day, this old bloke walked along, right? He must have been about 65. And he's walked along and he's clocked this pound coin, but carried on walking. And we thought he was going to go for it. And he sort of hesitated and then walked over it. But then he stopped. And it was like, oh, no, look how elaborate this one. This is proper elaborate. And then he's turned round and started doing this one. I'll have to show you. You can probably imagine anyway. So the pound coin, can you see me? The pound coin is there, right? And he's clocked it and he's sort of gone, and then he's walked past it. But then he's just sort of hanging around, and then he's sort of turned around, all sort of casual, sort of about a metre away from it, and we're cracking up because we know what's going on. And then he's standing above it. He's right on top of it. And then he's sort of just sort of looking around. Of course, me and Matt are trying not to let him know that we're onto him. And then he's trying to sort of knock it with his foot. Just trying to knock it. And it went on for fucking ages. It felt like about 10 minutes, which is a long time. It might have only been about 3 minutes. And then in the end, he backed off a little bit. And he just went for the one stride, lean over, tried to get it, couldn't pick it up, carried on walking. Proper shuffled off as well, knowing that probably someone was watching it. It was brilliant. I'm so happy to see so many ones, the old joke shop lingerers in the chat. Brilliant. What a weird game that must be in, though, for the owners of the shop, because it's a very very small window, your market. You know, your customer base is very small. You've got 7, 8, 9-year-olds who don't get enough pocket money, who think that everything in there is amazing. They're spending 30p. They're going to chip in all their pocket monies and buy one snappy gum. You know, that £1.20 is not going to feed your family. Then you've got 9, 10, 11 who've got the pocket money to buy the whoopee cushions and the better stuff, but are sort of a little bit beyond them now because they want to go down the arcade and get on Terra Cresta and R-Type. So you've got a very slim customer base of like 9 to 10-year-olds who've got the money and the stupidity to actually spend money on those crappy tricks. Fucking hell, poppers? What kind of fucking joke shop were you in? Hello, mate. I'll have a whoopee cushion, snappy gun, and 2 bottles of amyl nitrate. Let's see if we can find a video of the old snappy gum at work. That thing was brutal. I remember my mother got proper angry with me. Do you want one of these? And she went, okay. And she was still watching telly when she pulled it, and it come out and went whack on her thumb. If people don't know snappy gum, it was like an empty packet of chewing gum with half a chewing gum sticking out. And it had a sprung-loaded sort of bit of metal, a bit like a sort of a safety pin. And when you pulled the chewing gum out, your thumb was perfectly placed for this bit of metal to go whoosh, like a little mini mouse trap for the end of your thumb. And very, very painful. No, I don't remember anyone. I mean, joke shop. If the shop was called torture shop, maybe. No one ever, even the person pulling the prank, laughed. No one saw someone get hurt and go, ha, 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 because they'd see the other person go, oh, fuck me. Seriously, and you'll be like, oh, sorry, mate. I think I remember trying to make mine a little bit less painful. Snappy gum joke. Let's see if we can find it. There you go. I fucking found it. Let's see what this lad. Oh, it's only a short. Piss off with your shorts. We've got a lad here. Oh, this is quite sweet because he's pretty much at the age we were talking about then. Oh, look, he's well chuffed. Have a look at this. Some kid has just bought his first ever snappy gum. Obviously, I haven't seen this video, but amazing. I remember all those weird... Oh, my God, I can't believe we forgot. Unless anyone's put it in the chat. Of course, the Chinese eyes glasses. The best joke in history. The Chinese eyes glasses. The funniest joke ever. Did anyone say it? Did anyone say the Chinese eyes glasses? Absolutely hilarious. I don't think anyone did. The Chinese eyes glasses. If anyone can find them, this is me in it. If you can find a pair of Chinese eyes glasses, I won't make it worth your while because I wouldn't know how to. Exploding cigarettes, Manny Moo. Done it to my mum. She got angry yet again. Itching powder. Horrible stuff. Rash powder. Oh, no, mum, but I feel like I've got septicemia. Really awful. Itching powder, we forgot that. Nail through thumb, classic. The hand buzzer, I quite like that actually. The trick with the hand brother, I will check entropy, Billy. The trick with the hand buzzer, because Alan Allen used to use it up in his magic shop on Southampton Row. People thought, because it had the hand buzzer, people, you wind it up, it's got a ring on it. You put it over your ring finger, and then it's in your palm, and it's got a little button on it. And people think that when you shake someone's hand, they press the button, and it goes, Argh! It's not an electric shock, it's just a noise. But Alan Allen said to me, no. He said, the trick is press the button with your own finger when you're handing back change or a sweet or something. And then it's actually quite brilliant because someone will say something like, pass me those headphones. And you go, yeah, here you are. And just as they take them, you press the button and they fucking jump. Yeah, oh yeah. The old hand buzzer thingy, when worked correctly, was quite good. The nail through finger. That was such my how much I could put into it. Can I have the nail through finger for like 20p, please? Right, Hayden has put a 10-bit into entropy in 2 separate messages. Let's have a look at these. And this is apparently in response to Billy Blog's cashless society comment. Hayden says, getting rid of cash will lead to central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. They are effing evil. Government will have complete visibility and control of how and where you spend your money. All for your own good, of course. Resist. Yeah, I think that's what I said pretty much, isn't it? There'll be a middleman and they'll know what you're doing and where you're doing. However, having said that, thank you, Hayden, I'll read out the other one in a minute. When I used to think about the threat of a cashless society, I was always thinking, fucking hell, what are we going to do about buying contraband? We used to buy loads of contraband, not only drugs, but people had, tobacco, not only drugs, tobacco, but, people would always come around our house and see if we wanted to buy a load of stolen or imported stuff. And I used to think, how are you going to buy drugs on the street without cash? But, of course, most of the drugs I bought after that was with Bitcoin, was with digital currencies. So there's a kind of a strange irony there. Nice one, though, Hayden. And he also says, to help people stop smoking, individuals will be limited to 10 quid a week. To reduce obesity, you will only be able to buy fast food once a day. To help the climate emergency, fuel purchases will be controlled. Yeah, I get that. I get all that. However, again, I fully agree with you. I fully agree, Hayden, that those kinds of things would be implemented. I mean, I don't think it's going to get that far because I think the tyranny we're already under after 2016, this is all going to collapse soon because people just ain't having it. But what has prohibition always done? Created a black market. If you don't eat fast food and there's someone who does eat fast food, you'll just buy it for them. Because if you've got unlimited fast food digital currency, you'll be like, yeah, no problem. I'll buy it for you. Put a bit of interest on top, and there'll be like a black market. As soon as you prohibit people from things they want, you get black markets. But them knowing where you are is the bit that gets me, and also a regulator and a middleman. That's what's lovely about the blockchain. You don't need the middleman. Nice one, Hayden. Good points. Nice one, Billy. Good point. Right, it's gone midnight. Fucking hell, 3.5 hours. Jesus, I've really got to do some work. I think I might have something else to show you. Oh, let's just have a look at this young lad and his snappy gum, because he seems well made up about it. We can, that's it, the chop suey glasses. What do I call them? Chinese eyes. Chop suey glasses. I'll tell you what, people, the chop suey glasses, though, if you see a pair, get them, because they will always get a laugh. If you're in a boozer and it's all right, you're not the silly bloke who goes, hello, am I funny? But if you just drop them on and then look at the barmaid and order a drink, she will always, they're brilliant. I don't know what it is about them, but they're so funny. Itching powder was naughty. Absolutely fuck. Yeah, horrible stuff. I heard that it was made from the insides of horse chestnuts, or maybe just chestnuts. But I remember my dad saying you can make that stuff. And then I did, and it wasn't as good as the ground. What did I used to think it was? Oh, what's the stuff called? What's that stuff called that you use if you've got a hole in your pond and you mix it up and you spread it on? It's a bit like P40. Of course, Henry, the old fake blood. No, they were brilliant. They were an absolute winner. They actually worked, didn't they? The blood capsules. Fucking hell, man. Dildos? Amyl nitrate? None of the joke shops I went to sold dildos and amyl nitrate. I think I was from a different era. Fake vomit was a failure. I've never come across fart powder. I don't know what that one is. Imagine a 2021 joke shop, a POS testing COVID skit. Watching the telly says Alan Allen was a nonce. So he never nonced me off. I quite liked him. He was a bit dirty though. All his magic tricks were scummy. You know the paddles, great little trick actually. The paddles. I wanted him to demonstrate them to a mate, and his table, his like desk was just covered in grit and shit and bits and fags and ash. And he picked up his paddles and they had all this gunk on them, and he licked them. He was like, and I was like, oh, I brought a friend up and I told him it was excellent here, and you're licking shit off a paddle. Maybe he wasn't nonce after all. Have you got any proof of that? Not that I'm saying you're lying. I'd just be interested. He was only about 4.5 foot tall. Maybe he weren't a nonce. He just didn't understand that all the girls his height were actually 11. Black eye telescope. Hello, Mum. Want to have a go at my telescope? Oh, the stripper pen. Just a classic. An absolute sexy little classic. Severed thumb in Matchbox. That's less of a trick, though. You can make it, can't you? A bit of cotton wool, bit of red ink, your own finger, hole in the bottom. Look at Rollo. He still remembers a stripper pen. Go on, people. Give us a like. 3.5 hours. Give us a donation as well if you want. Well, if you want, Rollo, if you want a funny story about the titty card pack, watch my video, The Humiliating Making of a Modern Man. I'll get you the link, because if people haven't seen this, someone sent me an email today. I can't remember who it was, apologies, saying they were actually crying with laughter. And thanked me for it. There you go, I've got it. Only 20 minutes. It's a very funny story. It's a bit gross, of course. Who was it? Was it you, Rollo, that sent me that? Who was it who sent me that? Was it you, Lee? Someone said. There's the link. If you haven't seen that video and you want a good laugh, I've just put the link in the chat. That one. It's a very, very funny old story. It might have been Broken Silence who said it to me. Sent it was Broken Silence, I think. Was that you, Broken Silence, who sent me that email? Your best video. You like that one, do you, Bullet? I think Broken Silence wrote that one to me. Right, let's have a look at this kid with his new toy. Let's see how he gets on with it. Hello, LC350. We're going to start shortly. You've come in at about the right time.
Hey everyone, welcome to Class County. We'll review different types of pranks and do those pranks to see how well they work. My name is Aiden and I'm here with my twin brother Gavin. Hi guys, this is our first video on this new channel. Feel free to comment below and tell us how we're doing.
Amazing. I've got to have kids, man. This is so much fun listening to them with their video. Tell us how you think we're doing on our first video.
And if you like what you see, then give us a thumbs up.
Oh, nice one. Yeah, it was you, Broken Silence.
Hit the subscribe button.
Thank you, mate. It meant a lot to hear that. Read that email.
Thanks, Gavin. Our first prank that we will reveal was purchased at Jazam's in Peddler's Village, Bucks County, and that's not an
ad. And that's not an ad.
Jazam's has all types of pranks, toys, books, and games. Most of the pranks we will reveal will be from Jazam's. And
struggling with their script.
Okay. Cool. Let's get started. Sounds good, Aiden. Our first prank is called Snappy Gun by Sailor Night. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so this looks cool.
Right, let's cut to them actually getting the thing out and trying it out. See how much they hurt themselves.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Oh, yeah. How excited was that kid? He went, oh, yeah, it's cool. Listen to him. Look.
It's just our dog. Oh, yeah, that's cool.
It's cool, man.
Oh, ow!
There you go, people. He even took it out for his first go and hurt himself. That is the Snappy Gun all over. Check it out. The first time he took it out, agony. That's not joking. He knows that hurt.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Listen.
Oh, ow!
It's agony.
See, that's cool, right? Watch another video that shows us doing this to our dad. So yeah, watch our other videos that we don't have yet, but look. So yeah. Now let's try this again. Hey, can I see what it feels like? No, pull it out. Shut up.
It really hurts. All right, that dog barking. Yeah, look, The Last of Us. I remember that. Yeah, it was agony. Horrible little thing. Now, while I heard those dogs barking, I've had a dog, right? I just want to ask. This is a one in the chat moment. Have you ever been around someone's house, right? And they've got a dog or two dogs, and the dogs are they're going at it hell for leather. Running around. And you're thinking, shut those dogs up. Why are you just letting these dogs make so much noise? And they don't move, they don't give a shit, the owners. They're just letting their dogs run havoc, making a mad noise, and it's just driving you nuts. And you think, why don't you stop them doing that? One in the chat if anyone knows someone like that. Like, I had a staff and he looked like he'd been lifting weights. And if someone come around and my dog was going mental, he got absolutely disciplined right there. But people who just let their dogs run wild, it's like, you might be used to this, but it's making it really, really uncomfortable to be here. There you go. They go noise blind to them. But you'd think they'd be like, come on, Jesus. Or the one where their dog is just on you, jumping at you, scratching at you, not leaving you alone. You're like, no, it's all right. Get the fuck off my shoes, you bitch. Loads of people. I'm so glad. That's exactly what I was thinking about, Windy. I was thinking, I wonder if Windy or Mark's watching. That's exactly I had in my head. They're a lovely couple of mutts, though, but fuck me. I'm like, and also when I used to come around yours, Windy, Mark would wrap up a bifter, and I'd be like, yeah, all right, go on then. Oh, please stop it. I got to go now. Yeah, and the owners don't care. And you're just like, fuck off. That's literally a $3,000 suit you're terrorizing. Dogs spill weed. Right. Well, the show is going to start very shortly, people. What are we going to do now? I will just check entropy for the last one. We all good there? We'll go over here. Oh, what the fuck is going on here? We'll go here. Hang on, what's going on here? This ain't meant to be happening. Fucking midnight. Right, where are we going? Right. If you're new here and you like reading short stories, I've got a Substack. Link in the description. Substack. I've got 13 stories in the archive. If you subscribe, every new one I write, which is about once a month, will be emailed to you. They're getting loads of views. They're getting loads of cracking comments. They're cracking stories. Even if you don't read them, signing up would help me. Very special thank you to everyone who's donated. Very special thank you to Rags and Moslab for looking after the place. Very, very special thank you to Rags for helping me out with clips and things. And a special thanks to all the scrubs for looking after for engaging with what I've been saying and showing, which gets the conversation going. It's been an absolute pleasure. 3.5 hours I streamed for there. We are now going to 50p, the 50p. Okay, it ain't that good. Hello, Sal. So I took the 50p, went down the joke shop, bought something like Blue Mouth sweets or something, got home, and I've gone, Dad. He was like, yeah. I went, look, and I showed him the Blue Mouth treats, and we went, oh, there'll be a laugh, wouldn't they? I went, yeah, but I spent that fake 50p on it. He went fucking mad. He went absolutely mad, and I just didn't understand why. And I had that real shame, like, you know, I was thinking we'd be rich. I was like, look, you might not have been able to spend it, Dad, but I pulled it off. You know, let's make, because we were skint. You know, we had no money, and I remember thinking that we'd now have loads of money, and he went fucking mad. It's kind of the end of it, but you know, he realised that he could get in trouble for counterfeiting money. I mean, you know, send the old bill around if you want, but he's been dead a while. Yeah, it was a real. I didn't quite understand it. I was really sad. Really sad. You know, I always wanted to make my dad happy and proud, and he was quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. All right, people, I'll probably see you tomorrow. My missus coming over tomorrow, but she'll probably go out and get her nails and her hair done. So I'll probably get a stream in then. It's been an absolute pleasure. We will now leave, as we always do, with a bit of music, and I'll be putting your comments on the screen. Feel free to throw a few quid at me if you haven't already. It's been 3.5 hours, which is very good. And it's been a real pleasure. It's a privilege to be able to stream to you people. I hope you enjoy this. It's a little bit Baldy G. Ta-da! Yeah, he was fucking great. I loved it, man. Ta-da, people. I'm going to mute it so you don't have to hear me vaping.
Night is drawing in. We must ruminate and then begin. Ever that might telling this tale might illuminate the midnight trail. The light of my life, the light of my life was supernatural. Oh Lord, many men will come to fight, and their destiny unfolds this night. So you must fall.
Oh, sorry, Rags, mate. I'll do it next time. Sorry, man.
Of the mystery that I will tell. The light of my life, the light of my life was supernatural. Oh, Lord. Yeah.
Yeah, but they fucked me up with it, Christopher. Nice one, Packer. Cheers, mate.
Of this land, take the prophecy from in my hand, so that this old shadowy place will be sanctuary.
Chrissy, thank you, love.
Light of my life, the light of my life
was supernatural. Oh, Lord.
Light of my life.
Cheers, Lee.
The light of my
Much appreciated, Cookie.
was supernatural. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Absolutely beautiful from Bally G. I mean, what a voice. Honestly, I tell you what, you know when your mate gets out a guitar at the party and you're like, oh, don't, please don't. When Bally G gets the guitar out at a party and can play anything you ask him to, really, and sing beautifully. I always used to be so proud of him because he didn't want to. He always said to me, it feels like showing off. I go, people love it though, mate. And they'd get it out and everyone would just go, what the fuck? And they'd just, amazing. It's been a real pleasure. I love these streams and I love you lot. Look after yourselves. Christmas is nearly upon us. It's actually Christmas Eve here now. Ooh, scary. It's not scary, is it? Take care, people. Look after yourselves.